evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Russellville, Kentucky at Logan County High School for KHSAA Regional Championship Weekend. Tonight, your Spencer County Bears, with a record of 9-3, will take on Cougars, also with a record of 9-3. My name is Bo Bruner, along with my partner, John Hutchins.
How you doing,
John? Another game in the frozen tundra, 36 degrees.
Yeah.
I just looked on my phone right now. It's a little chilly sitting on these aluminum bleachers.
2.5 hour drive from Taylorsville to get here to Russellville, and I'm telling you, it had to be north. It's the direction we had to go to get to something this cold right now, bordering the Arctic Circle, I believe. But yeah, it's definitely chilly out tonight.
As I said, this is the KHSAA 4A quarterfinals tonight. Several other games going on tonight, but in 4A, Boyle County and Scott are playing. Corbin Johnson Central and Franklin County is playing Allen County Scottsville, along with our game tonight. Several other games also going on, of course, all over the state tonight. We'll try to bring you scores as we go along. But first thing we're going to do, John, is step away for just a minute, pay a few bills. When we come back, we'll give you a recap of last weekend's district championship here on GHP-SPORTS. Tonight's game is proudly sponsored by Titchener and Satterley, attorneys at law, Taylorsville, Kentucky. The People's Bank is proud to be a sponsor of the SCHS Bears. The People's Bank is an independent, local community bank dedicated to serving Spencer and surrounding counties. At the People's Bank, we are here to serve you with deposit accounts, mortgage loans, construction and land loans, as well as business and personal loans. The People's Bank is conveniently located with two locations, 23 West Main Street in historic downtown Taylorsville, and a branch at 5511 Taylorsville Road in Fisherville. Or you can visit us at our website, www.tpbtaylorsville.com. Banking excellence since 1903. The People's Bank, an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Kelly Hubbock is a local real estate agent with RE/MAX Results who serves Spencer County and surrounding areas. She provides home buyers and sellers with professional, responsive, and attentive real estate services. Want an agent who will listen to what you want in a house? Need an agent who knows how to effectively market your home so it sells for top dollar? Well, give her a call at 502-551-8494 or stop in and see her at 19 East Main Street in downtown Taylorsville. She is a female, wife, and mother who understands and appreciates the difference between a house and a home. And she would be honored to earn your business.
Curious what your home is worth? Visit brownrealty.com. Brown Realty, serving Spencer County and beyond for nearly 20 years. Brown Realty, your local realtor.
Mooney Eye Care Center, a medical optometry practice, has two convenient locations in Elk Creek and Mount Washington. Doctors Mooney, McGiffin, and Hargis provide the highest level of eye care for pediatrics, contact lens and glasses exams, neuro-optometric therapies, and so much more. Mooney Eye Care Center, complete care for the entire family.
For the KHSAA Regional Championship game tonight between Spencer County and the Logan County Cougars. Well, first, John, let's recap last week. Last Friday night, Spencer County won its first district championship in school history by defeating John Hardin by a score of 7-5. Real odd score for a football game.
It was a really odd score. And you talk about the cold weather here. We had the cold and the rain and the wind and everything else going
Hail,
on. And,
everything going on last Friday.
Like the mailman was delivering packages was the only thing going on. So
that game, John, it's a game really of two high-powered offenses, and it was the defense that was the name of the game in that game. with the low score. There was no scoring through the first half until John Harden kicked a field goal with 27 seconds left on their last possession to take the 3-0 halftime lead. And Spencer County received the opening kickoff of the second half, went 80 yards on 5 plays to take a 7-3 lead, and they continued to hold that lead for the rest of the game. John Harden was driving down the field in the final minutes, but quarterback Devin Rogers threw a pass that was intercepted at the 12-yard line by Bryce Rourke. It really saved the game for the Bears. They did come down there again toward the end, tried to kick a 50-yard field goal, missed it with about 12 seconds left.
Yep.
And victory formation after that for the Bears.
Yeah, that was nice for the Bears. Nice for them to be able to get that win against John Harden, especially with the weather conditions the way they were and everything that was going on in that game and the defense that John Harden came there with. You know, you did talk about 2 very high-powered offenses shut down in that game. So, you know, it was a great job by the Bears. Furthest we've ever been in the playoffs right now. We just talked to a gentleman that's sitting right next to us that said, I thought about watching you all tonight, but I had to come. As farthest we've ever been.
We're going to take a break here as the color guard has stepped onto the field for tonight's national anthem. And now to thank the color guard of Logan County High School for the national anthem tonight, played by the band. And back to our recap, John. The Brown Realty player of the game, Eli Ballard, had 11 rushes for 116 yards. Defensively, Nick Stowe had 21 tackles last weekend.
Yeah, Nick Stowe's really showed up a lot these last couple of weeks and made his presence known in the middle, seeing the ball well, reading the plays well, hitting those gaps well. It's just a great performance by the sophomore.
Bears had 7 different Bears in double digits in tackles, including Cam Cardwell with a cast almost up to his shoulder, ended up with 9 tackles last Friday night in his return to the field after breaking his arm last month against John Harden. And he is in uniform here again tonight. We fully expect him to play on defense again.
Yep.
Very good crowd. Come down here, made the 2.5-hour drive from Taylorsville. This side of the bleachers is about half full. Got a good contingent student section right here in front of us. The band is here. Going to be almost like not quite a home game, but there's quite a few Taylorsville residents here.
It feels good for us. You know, normally at these away games, we're set up in the press box or on top of the press box. Because of some of the logistics here at the field at Logan County High School, it was just easier for us to set up on the visitor side of the field. So we're amongst the fans.
Yep.
We're sitting in the bleachers right now. We've got all the pulse and all the energy, or what energy there is. Most of it's from shivering, I'm sure, right now, but what energy there is. And these people are here. They were glad to make the trip. Everybody's pumped up, excited, and ready to see Spencer County win the third round.
Every once in a while, I'll never forget, my granny used to always say, every once in a while, you got to be amongst them. And, folks, tonight, me and John is amongst them. We're here in the stands with the fans. And also got down on the field tonight, Mike Phillips, new principal.
El Capitan down there. What do you say, Mike?
Oh, boys, I'll tell you what, glad to be here. Today's been a really good day, but let's see if we can make it a little bit better if we go home.
That sounds good.
That ride home be a little bit better. Hey, I tell you, I've been with these coaches all week, to be honest with you, and I'm going to tell you, I think if we played this game 10 times, they win half of them. So let's see where we stand. I think it's a coin flip. I think it's just whoever boils down to probably protects the football. Turnover battle probably wins the scoreboard as well. So I'm here when you need me. It is cool down here. We do got a lot of fans here because this is a decent-sized visiting sideline, and we've filled this side up a little bit with our band traveling. We brought 2 buses, a pep bus and a band bus. Kids have been excited all week. Did a little pep rally before we left school through the hallway, so good stuff right now. That's what high school's about.
Yeah, we still see more coming. You look around the track, walking around the track, headed this side. It's either Spencer County people or Logan County defectors coming over here to wish us well. I don't know, but more than likely Spencer County, I'm sure.
So, John, this Logan County team, 9-3 on the year, District 1 champs, coached by Todd Adler. Now, Adler was the middle school coach for 3 years before taking over this program in 2016. Before they got here, they had lost 33 games in a row.
Yep.
And then his first year, the Cougars went 1-9. They lost their first 9 games of the year, so that losing streak was 42 games in a row. Won the last game of the year. Then the following year, they were 11-1. Quick turnaround by Coach Adler.
Yeah, very good turnaround. And we were talking about this before we went on air. This is turning into the house that Adler built down here. He's developing a little bit, not really a dynasty yet, because this Logan County team, just like Spencer County, this is the first time they've won their district, first time they've made it to this third round of play. But, they're headed the right direction.
Since that first year, he's 38-14, including 11-1 in 2017, 10-2 in 2018. Now, Logan County, they got here, John, by defeating Madisonville North Hopkins 42-24 in the first round of the playoffs. And then last week defeated Hopkinsville 39-37 in a game where Hopkinsville scored a touchdown late. They had the chance to go for the 2-point conversion, and it was stopped by the Logan County defense. This team will run the ball 2-1 out of what I would call, John, an inverted wishbone.
Yeah,
Some people call it a diamond.
A diamond.
So
yep.
There's different names for, depending on the coach, really, what they call different things. I would call it an inverted wishbone.
Yeah, they do everything from that inverted wishbone. You also see some single backs, some split backs, some pro formation, different things like that. But, generally speaking, the quarterback's not going under center on most of their plays. He's staying back there, and they're going to use a lot of this motion and stuff, from these different formations to try to throw off the defense a little bit, try to throw off the linebackers' eyes a little bit. But they got a lot of weapons over there too, Bo.
Mostly no huddle offense. We watched a couple games this week. I don't think I've seen them huddle one time. They'll look to the sideline for the sign and get that. And a lot of times. The linemen will be down, and all the linemen will stand up at once, and they've pulled a lot of teams off sides with that, actually looking over to the sideline looking for an audible.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot of discipline from Spencer County defenders as they're looking at this Logan County offense. We talked about the motion. We can also mention the fact that there's quite a few of their plays that their offensive line will actually shift into an unbalanced formation. They'll line up with the 2 tackles, 2 guards in the center where they're supposed to be, and then they'll pick up, they'll shift, and they'll move that guard over to the opposite side. Tackle will slide down, and then they like to run behind that. But you got to be careful because you start playing against that, start cheating over that way, they're going to bust you with a counter coming back. So very, very inventive type of an offense, I would call it. It's something Coach Adler, I'm sure, is very proud of, and that's good. But it's also something, too, that Spencer County really just needs to have their heads on a swivel and pay attention to the ball.
Led by quarterback Davin Yates. Davin's a sophomore, 92 of 151 for 1,100 yards passing on the season, but also 86 rushes for 408 yards on the ground. Also running the ball and you'll hear this name a lot tonight, folks, Number 3, Ryan Reno. Reno's rushed for 996 yards and 12 touchdowns this year. But also Blake White has 634 yards, and he's also their leading receiver.
Yep.
So that's another name. Those 3 names you're going to hear us call a lot tonight.
Yeah, Blake White himself has accounted for quite a few yards for this Logan County team this year. And he's one of the one where we're talking about this motion, whether they have him lined up in the slot, out on as a receiver or something, can motion him back into the backfield, do that jet motion down the line, swing motion around back. They get him on these sweeps a lot of times, and he's fast and quick. You get him into open territory, and he can be hard to stop.
Kicker Mattia Guibalato, 39 of 42 on the year on PATs. And, John, the Hopkinsville game last week, he attempted a 54-yard field goal that had the distance.
Yeah.
He just pulled it wide to the right. So they also have a kicker with a good leg. Now, as far as Spencer County goes, they got to this regional championship game. They defeated Marion County 50-7 and John Hardin 7-5 last week. Since September 17th, these Bears have won 7 in a row, and in those 7 victories, they're giving up an average of 6.3 points per game.
Yeah, the defense has been incredible for Spencer County, led by Jackson McClendon. I mean, we've said his name over and over again, and just how good of a defender he is. But he is a leader on this defensive line. Gets a lot of pressure on quarterbacks coming in with his edge rushing and things like that. But between him, guys like him, Nolan Boston, another name that you're going to hear us call a lot. We talked about Nick Stowe earlier and the impact he's had on these last couple games too. The defense from Spencer County, game after game after game, is showing up to play.
We all know Spencer County's going to run the ball out of that patented Mike Marksbury defense, wing T offense, where they lead the state in 4A in rushing with 3,700 total yards this year. 5 players with over 600 yards rushing. Gabe Bolin will lead the offensive quarterback. The lefty's got 624 yards passing, 603 rushing. And leading the Bears on the ground will be senior Eli Ballard. Last week's Brown Realty Player of the Game has 942 yards on the season. Cam Cardwell, Wade Hutt, and Kellen Marksbury also have over 600 yards. Now, defensively, the Bears are led by, we talked about Jackson McClendon, 113 tackles, but he's followed closely by Nolan Boston, James Hall, Nick Stowe, and Harrison Allen. And also Bryce Rourke is now second in the state in interceptions with 6.
Yeah, he's really kind of surprised everybody the last half of the season, just how well his defense has picked up in the secondary and, the stops he's been able to make. The state stats don't show knockdowns, and I would particularly like to see even that, just knockdown passes by this secondary. They've been hungry. They've been really watching these receivers, keying on different things, and that's good because in a game like this, when you have Davin Yates back there in quarterback, that sophomore, throwing the ball the way he can, if need be, we have to have a secondary willing to step up and defend the pass.
About 3 minutes here before kickoff. We're going to go to John's keys to the game tonight. And last week you had 3, John. This week we picked up 4 of those keys to the game tonight. First one is say no to Reno.
Well, yeah, like we was talking about Ryan Reno. The offense tends to revolve around him. Great running back, and he's somebody that Spencer County really needs to pay attention to. Watch where he's going with any of the motion, any of the counters, anything like that. And if you can shut down Ryan Reno, you have a really good shot at shutting down this offense.
What about ignore the razzle-dazzle? That razzle-dazzle, I know we talk about a lot of that, is the pre-snap motions and the movements and stuff like that.
And that's what it is you gotta watch it, but don't get caught watching it. Don't be paying so much attention to it that you let it take you out of the play.
We can always go bowling.
We can always go bowling. You look at the offense that Spencer County has out here, and when you have Wade Hutt and you have Kellen Marksbury, you have Eli Ballard, and, if the defense of this Cougar is able to come up, stop those types of run plays, whether it be Eli Ballard up the middle or Wade or Kellen out to the outside, you got to remember we still have Gabe Bolin, who's very capable of running the ball, and as he's shown recently, very good passer. And so if nothing else, we can always go bowling.
And the last one, John, when you first told me this, I didn't know where you was going, but now it makes a lot of sense. Remember the Titans.
If anybody that was with us or at the game for Collins, the Collins Titans, a team that would have been on paper and anywhere else just heads and tails above what Spencer County was bringing. And Spencer County went there and they played their game. And that's exactly what they need to do in this type. They need to get here. They really need to just play their game, be who they are, be the defenders and the offense that they can be, and we should come away with a victory.
Got about a minute left here before kickoff. And, folks, let me tell you something. This sideline that Spencer County is on right here, there's not a whole lot of room over here, John. These players are backed up almost all the way up to the fence where the bleachers are. But that's the way a lot of these schools do it. You know, you don't want to give nothing to the away team.
But I would rather have it this way, Bo. I mean, you know, we talked earlier where we're amongst the people right now. We're almost amongst the team, and it's great.
Yep.
You know, the community spirit that's gotten behind these Spencer County Bears this year, and, you know, we're here as a community. We're Taylorsville, we're Spencer County. We are here in Russellville tonight to get this victory.
I don't know who won the kickoff or how it went, but it looks like Spencer County is kicking the ball.
Let's get ready for third-round playoff football in Kentucky.
Students already hopping, man. I love it.
Yep. This is great, Bo. This is awesome. You know, if you ever come to the games when we're at home games, any of you out there listening, you know, we're on top of a press box off to the side, so we don't get this opportunity to be amongst the people. This is great.
Kennedy gets set to receive. 35 degrees at kickoff. This table me and John set up at's already got frost showing up on it.
It's pretty chilly.
Short kick fielded by Wyatt at about the 25-yard line. Makes one miss. Tries to get back around. Keenan gets in there. Keenan Carnes in on the tackle.
Great coverage there by the Bears coming down the field. You know, Wyatt is one of the guys we talked about earlier, number 22, their leading receiver and their second leading rusher on this team for the Cougars. Great athlete to be able to catch that ball and the kick there, for us to be able to pin him off the side. Everybody stayed in their lanes the way they needed to and really pinned him to that corner and kept him from going anywhere.
Trips out to the right. Wyatt goes in motion, throws the ball back to him, being chased by Carnes. He gets around the left edge, going to get forward for about 8 yards up to the 38-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and 2 for the Cougars.
Yeah, one of those things we've talked about many times with other games that Spencer County's played this year is you run into this situation where these teams are wanting to run the outside. We really have to do a good job containing on the outside and don't let them get out on us.
And there's exactly what I was talking about, folks. Those linemen will stand up all at once and look over to the sideline for the play, and it's drawn a lot of people off sides this year, and Spencer County picks one up quick, off sides, and that'll give the Cougars a first down.
A little bit of excitement coming into this, you know. It's something that we've seen on film, and I'm sure Coach Marksbury's seen on film, but you get out there on the field, it's early in the game, you're excited to be there, and sometimes it can be hard to slow down that.
This pass comes to this side of number 16, catches the ball, falls. As soon as he tries to take off, he's going to lose about 3 yards on that one, John.
He was going to lose about 3 yards, but Bo, I don't think he was going to get much more even if he hadn't lost his footing right there. Spencer County, the secondary coming up to fill, you know, keeping him in front of him. And one thing I want to pay attention to during this game, so far we've seen 2 different plays that's been motion through the backfield, and it's been a backwards pass. And so be careful. You see that ball hit the ground, that's a live ball. That, you know, that football could be picked up and taken into the end zone.
There's the offensive line shift to the right side. Give the ball off to Reno. Nice setting the edge by the Bears. Nick Stowe in on the tackle. But it wasn't just Nick Stowe. Royer was there the whole way. John chased him down that sideline.
Exactly how you have to defend Ryan Reno. You know, we talked about it last week with Keandre Strand from John Harton and how fast he is. He gets to the outside. Use that out of bounds as a 12th defender.
3rd and 12. Look at the pass. McClendon hits him hard. Catch is made by Blake White. He's going to get forward, cross midfield, go down about the 43-yard line. That's going to be good enough for a first down for the Cougars. McClendon all over the Logan County quarterback there. Two wide outs either way. Davin steps back to pass. Now he's going to run. Goes by a couple Spencer County defenders. Just Nick Stowe, along with a few others, in on that tackle, but he made a couple Bears look bad there, John. He just went around them pretty easily.
I really think Spencer County's doing what they need to do defensively right now. Yeah, we need to watch these outsides a little bit tighter, but when it comes to the pressure they're getting on Davin Yates, I mean, they're doing a great job of getting in that quarterback.
Go unbalanced to the right. That pass goes to the left to Reno. He's going to get forward, get across the 35 to about the 31-yard line, looks like. That's going to be another first down for the Cougars.
Defense looking a little frustrated, though, Bo. Like I said, I believe they're doing what they need to do. They do need to clean up the outside a little bit. You know, they're giving up that. The containment's not there. But just keep getting pressure on them. The linebackers are reading the ball well. We just need to flow a little better to it.
1st and 10, ball on the 32. One back goes in motion off to the side. That ball's going to Reno, going to the left side. He's grabbed at the ankles by Keenan Carnes, got him there by the ankles. Carbwell also in on that tackle. He's going to pick up about 3, bring up 2nd and 7. Again, these Cougars running no huddle offense. They'll look to the sideline for signs for their play. Now they go unbalanced to the right. Inverted wishbone. Handoff goes to Blake White. He cuts back up the middle. He's going to get forward to about the 24-yard line. Gain of 5. Bring up 3rd and 2. Nick Stowe again in on that tackle.
Yeah, Nick really seeing the ball well, and that's important. That's important, and we watch this. There's a lot of different targets that they can go with and try to get that ball into different people's hands, and Nick just doing a great job of reading it.
Again, you can see right there, folks, everybody jumps up at the same time to look to the sideline and almost drew the Bears off sides again. Davin Yates in the shotgun. He's going to keep this one himself. He's going to go forward. He gets enough for the first down, breaks free. He's going into the end zone. Touchdown Cougars. $70-yard drive takes almost 4 minutes off the clock for Logan County. Guibalato on for the PAT. And kick is up. And it is good. 8 minutes, 7 seconds left in the first. Logan County 7, Spencer County coming up.
And really what we expected out of Logan County. After watching film a few nights ago there, Bo, and we were seeing this offense and seeing the motion that they were doing, different things that they're trying to do to get the ball outside into different people's hands. You know, other than a downfield pass, this was just textbook, what we saw on film from them, and it's textbook for what Spencer County coaches saw. And, you know, now we're just going to have to, you know, take this time while the offense is on the field, get your defense together, figure out how you're going to pick these different guys up because, you know, really I don't see them doing anything that we shouldn't have planned for.
Coach Eldridge already got a few of them over there huddled up, talking to them, adjustments and things they need to make. Logan County set to kick off. Kellen Marksbury back deep for the Bears. He kicks it away from Marksbury. That's
Ball
out of bounds.
Yeah,
that's a flag. He aimed for that coffin corner, John, but it needed to get a few more on it.
Yeah, that's going to bring the ball up here with the penalty.
Be at the 35-yard line where Spencer County will take over. Well, they're bringing them.
Yeah, to the
35.
Yeah, it's a little difficult for us to see angles. Of course, the setup we have here. So, you know, bear with us when we're there on the ad end of the field. We'll do the best we can to try to get the yard lines.
Marksbury goes in motion. Handoff goes to Ballard up the middle. Nothing there. Gets forward for maybe a yard. Bring up 2nd and 9 for the Bears.
Now, this was something we was also talking about there the other day too, Bo, is, this – it's not in the keys of the game or anything like that, but something I've been considering when it comes to playing some of these teams that's got some of these bigger, more physical defensive lines. Coach Marksberry likes to run this middle to set up the outside, and I think he really needs to go about it the other way, run the outside to set up the middle.
That ball goes to Hutt. He's met in the backfield. I believe that ball's on the ground, John. Logan County comes up with the football. Fumble by the Bears. Not a good start for Spencer County. Let's go down to Phillips on the sideline.
I don't know. There we go. Hear me now. A couple things that we've got to stop this quarterback, man. He was by far the best player on the field there on that first drive, and what we did needed to give it right back to him there. So let's see if we can make any adjustments. Try to get a hand.
First and 10, Cougars. Ball on the 30-yard line. Yep. Yates fakes the handoff, drops back to pass. He's looking long. That ball's up in the air.
Broken up.
Kellen Marksberry with the pass breakup, but man, he really threw into about triple coverage there, John.
He did. There, when you look downfield there, there was a couple receivers that might have been open for just a second, but, Spencer County secondary did a great job making adjustments, getting to where they needed to be, and a great job there by Kellen Marksberry to break up that pass.
2nd and 10. It goes in motion. That's Wyatt Blake. He's got the ball, tries to go to the outside, runs over one Bear defender. Going to get forward to about the 24, maybe the 23-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play, up to the 24. Be 3rd and 4.
Very important down here for the Bears. Not having very much time to make adjustments on the defense. We really need to see if we can come up with something to get this stopped.
Yates in the shotgun. Has Reno on his left hip. Trips out to the left. Fake. Gets the pass to Blake White. Makes a few Bears miss. He's really been elusive, John. We've just not been able to wrap up.
Yeah, we're having a difficult time with that. You can't just hit a guy. You got to be able to wrap him up, got to be able to get around those legs, take him down.
Gets the ball up to the 11, be 1st down and 10 Cougars. 2 wideouts either way.
I think we're going to have a timeout here by Logan County.
And that's exactly what it is. Timeout, Logan County. Might be a break for the Bears here. 6 minutes, 18 seconds left to go. They're threatening to score again, John.
Yeah, and that no-huddle offense that they're running, they're not really running it fast, but it's making it really difficult for us to be able to make adjustments. Of course, they're doing these late shifts, different things like that. And the one thing that I'm worried about with this no-huddle is if we get into a spot where we need to substitute. They're ready to snap. They might be planning to do a check me. They see us substituting. They could snap that ball, catch us with too many men on the field, or even if we have the 11 men on the field, they could catch us way out of position and really burn us.
1st down, 10 Cougars. Two wideouts each way. Reno in the backfield. He gets the handoff. He's met by Nolan Boston. He's going to get forward to about the 6-yard line. Pickup of about 5 on the play for Reno. Bring up 2nd and 5.
Yeah, Cougar offensive line doing a great job blowing our defensive line off the ball. You notice a lot of these runs that are going between the tackles or right there close. We're having a hard time even contacting the running back until he's 4 or 5 yards down the field.
That handoff goes to Dillard up the middle, and he's into the end zone for another touchdown. Now we got a flag on the play. Officials are discussing.
You're going to have an unsportsmanlike
Unsportsmanlike.
conduct
On Logan County.
I imagine that's going to be enforced on the kickoff. I'm sure that's what Coach Marksberry would want to do. I believe that is the signal.
Yep. Guibellato on for the extra point. And it's up and good. 5 minutes, 44 seconds left in the first. Logan County 14, Spencer County 0.
Spencer County really needing to come out on this next drive and see if they can answer, Bo. You know, it's down, down, down in the dumps right now is what it looks like on the sidelines. You know, very little emotion. Need something to pick us up, something to get us going here in this game.
Let's go to Phillips.
We knew, thanks for kicking it out. We knew that when we got down here, we knew we were going to get their best shot early, right? So now it's a matter of how we respond. And here's what I can tell you. I watched Bardstown get up on us, what was it, 24-0?
It was
in the
huge.
first, yes.
In the first
something
quarter.
like that. I was at the concert that night watching it on my phone and couldn't believe it. And then I turned it back on. It was 24-22 or something. So we knew I think we knew it was going to start like this. It's a matter of how we react. So let's see what happens.
And I think Phillips is right there, too. It's a matter of reaction from these young men, you know, coming together, playing for their brother, you know, playing Spencer County Bear football.
Kickoff now from the 25, that unsportsmanlike penalty assessed. That kick is up. It's going to be fielded by Marksberry at about the 20-yard line. Marksberry.
He's got a lane.
He's got a lane.
He's got a lane.
He's going to go. Cuts back. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. They're chasing him down. He's going to go out of bounds about the 24-yard line. Slips and falls on the track, but jumps up quickly. Exactly the medicine this Bears team needs right there.
It is. That was the way you get a team going right there. You get great field position out of it. You know, great blocking by the receiving team there, being able to make that hole. And Marksberry, he really only had to make one or two people miss to get as far as he did. It's just a great run, a great job altogether by the receiving team.
56-yard return by sophomore Kellen Marksberry. Now the Bears are in business. They're at the Logan County 25-yard line, so 55-yard return. 25-yard line, Bolin under center. Huck goes in motion. Handoff goes to Ballard up the middle. He's going to get forward for about 4. And bring up 2nd and 6 for the Bears. Checking the other 4A scores right now. Franklin County leads Allen County Scottsville 14-6. Johnson Central up 14-0 on Corbin. And Boyle County leads Scott 23-7. 2nd and 6 for the Bears at the Logan County 21-yard line. Hands the ball off. If Kellen got it in the backfield, he's going to lose yardage there. I was following Eli up the middle there, John. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, it looked like it was actually, it would have been a nice little run for Eli right there. They kind of bailed out on the middle. They were following the motion. But, you know, that's something that as you're playing this game and the more snaps you have, the coaches up in the press box are going to see things like that. And if they can get those linebackers moving and get them moving away from the ball to try to run, it's going to do nothing but help us.
Loss of 4 on the play takes it back to 3rd and 10 for the Bears. Ball on the Logan County 25-yard line. Play clock down under 10 seconds. Bears going to have to hurry here. You better get a timeout. They get it off in time. Bolin looks to pass. He's going long.
He's got Marksberry.
Dives and can't make the catch. And that'll bring up a 4th and 10.
A 4th and 10 that I'm sure we're probably going to go for. This is, again, we're back into this no man's land thing. Be a little bit of a long try for a place kicker, Jack Kennedy here. And so you'd be looking at around a 42-yarder, I believe, if we kicked it from here. And, you know, earlier in warm-ups, Jack was kicking them about that far, but, of course, that's not under any pressure or anything like that. And I think it's smart here to go ahead and go for this.
No, you gain nothing by punting the ball here,
Not
really.
really.
I mean, chances are it's going to go in the end zone.
Yeah,
so.
you're going to gain 5 yards.
Bolin looks to pass, goes across the middle. That's just a misread by either him or Marksbury one. And that's the pass, John, that we talked about earlier. That's the game against John Harden. Kellen was free going across on that seam route all night long against John Harden. And that's something we thought that would be open again tonight.
Yeah, I think it will be. You know, we'd watched some film against this Logan County High School team, and we noticed that the team they were playing last week against when they were playing Hopkinsville is a strong running team, and they tend to cheat their safety up just like John Harden did against us. And, you know, when you start cheating that safety up to try to help with that run stop, it makes it really easy to get somebody to break out across that middle, you know, heading down the field and be wide open.
2 wide outs each way for the Cougars. Yates looks to pass, covered well. Gets the man cut back across the middle. That's number 16, Harper Butler, on the catch. Bailed his quarterback out there, John. That's a pickup of 11 on the play. 1st and 10. Again, 2 wide outs each side. Yates hands the ball off to Reno. Reno gets across the 40. He's got some room. Makes another man miss. Taken down by Marksbury at about the 40-yard line. About a 24-yard gain by Ryan Reno.
Linebackers are they're going to have to start, you know, stepping up. We got to get these guys filling gaps. You know, they're hitting these holes, and these holes should not be there. This is a situation where Spencer County is not communicating well with each other. They really got to get in there.
Trips out to the right. That ball's going to go to Dillard again with the screen. He's breaking tackles along the way.
Looking like it's going to be 2nd down, though.
Yep, it looks like they're marking it right at the 1st down marker. Be 2nd down and less than a yard.
The officials looking at the
timeout
change right now, and
they're giving him a 1st down. First and 10, Cougars. Ball at the Spencer County 31-yard line. Two wide outs either way. One man goes in motion. He's going to get the ball. That's Blake White. White comes around the right side. He's taken down by Cardwell amongst a few other Bears. He's going to get forward to about the 26-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 25, 2nd and 4. Cougars go a little tempo here. Same man in motion. Hands the ball off to White again. He gets around the right side. Going to go out of bounds. Going to be down far enough for another Cougar 1st down. 2.5 minutes left in the 1st.
Spencer County really needing to call on their defensive ends in these situations. You know, we're not getting that penetration on the outside, Bo, and that's really what's killing us on this outside. That defensive end needs to be able to get up the field to where he's just a couple yards deep. Even if he has to set that edge right there, stay there. That's something we can do to help turn that play back to the middle where you'll get help.
Yates hands off to Reno. All kinds of room through the middle. Spins. Puts the Bears in a blender, John. Goes into the end zone for another touchdown. John, I did not see this coming.
I didn't either, really. I mean, and, you know, we're a long way away from the end of the game. We're not definitely down on this or anything. But, you know, this is something to where Spencer County, you know, as we talked earlier in the pregame, has really been priding themselves on their defense and the amount of points and the yardage that they've been giving up this year and just really struggling to find an answer for this running game.
Quibalato on for the extra point. It is up and it is good. 2 minutes, 23 seconds left in the 1st. Logan County 21, Spencer County 0.
Yeah, so far, this Logan County team is as advertised. We talked earlier in the game, 3 major offensive players, Ryan Rayno, Wyatt Blake, and Davin Yates. And really, that's what this has been. Spencer County just having a hard time coming up with an answer for those 3 guys. And stat-wise throughout the season, the Cougars have really depended on those 3 guys. And so if Spencer County could find a way to at least try to get some pressure on Yates, try to contain Wyatt when he's trying to run those outside runs, and just be able to get a linebacker to come up and fill a hole against Rayno, we might be able to do something.
Kickoff to Marksbury. Had a nice return last time. Tries to get around the edge. Gets out another man. He's going to get to about midfield. That's got to be a flag. The official and all went down out of bounds about 5 yards, and no flag is called.
Yeah, that was pretty rough right there. And we apologize, folks. You've been watching us for a few weeks. We don't have instant replay tonight, and so we really can't go back and watch that. But yeah, he was pretty far out of bounds, seemed to be. Let's go down to Coach Phillips.
Hey, Kellen Marshberry's gassed right now. He's done just about everything on defense and offense right now. So he's returned 2 long kickoffs. We've got to get somebody else going here and get him some air.
Handoff goes to Ballard. He's grabbed around the neck about the line of scrimmage. They're going to give him forward progress to midfield. Gain of 1. Bring up 2nd down and 9.
Earlier in the game, when we were talking about the keys to the game, and we talked about remember the Titans, this is exactly where this Bear team, they need to pull from that. They just be themselves. They do have the offensive power with their running game, the passing game, the different things they can do. They can move the ball on this team. They just need to remember who they are right now.
Have to run Gabe Bowen.
Handoff again goes to Ballard. He breaks through the line. He's going to get forward to about the 41-yard line.
It's going to be real close to
close to first down. They are moving the flags. First down for the Bears. Minute 10 left in the first. Spencer County moving the football. 1st and 10 at the Logan County 40. Pitch goes back to Wade Hutt. Gets around the right side. He's going to get forward to about the 33-yard line. Pickup of 7 on the play.
Yeah, great run there by Wade, being able to get around the outside. And this is what I'm talking about. This is the Spencer County team that we know. This is the running ability that we have. These are the weapons that we have. It's just coming out there and remembering, and this team being who they can be and who they are, and playing for each other and getting the ball going down the field. We are far from out of this game. We talked earlier about the Bardstown game and the score the way it was right away in the first quarter and how we were able to come back and score 37 points in the second quarter. This Bears team is not done.
Handoff goes to Ballard, tries to get around the right side. He may have got back to the line of scrimmage. Could be a loss of 1 on the play. Bring up 3rd down and 3. Bears going to have to run one more play here in the first. Bowling running in with the play. 17 seconds left on the play clock. About a 7-second differential in the play clock and the game clock. Pitch goes to Hutt around the right side. He gets forward, got enough for the first down. And that'll move the sticks. Goes out of bounds with 9.1 seconds left. or mark the ball at the 24-yard line. Be 1st and 10 for the Bears. Clock stopped with Wade going out of bounds. Bears take their time here and get a good play off. This will probably be the last play of the first quarter. Bolin in the shotgun is going to keep it. Rolls out to the left, looks to pass. Gets it out in the flat to Bryce Rourke. It's complete. Bryce gets down to about the 16-yard line.
He's going to be real close to another first down right there, Bo.
They're going to spot the ball at the 15-yard line. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Your score at the end of one, Logan County 21, Spencer County 0. We'll be back in a minute on GHP Sports.
Mooney Eye Care Center, a medical optometry practice, has 2 convenient locations in Elk Creek and Mount Washington. Doctors Mooney, McGiffin, and Hargis provide the highest level of eye care for pediatrics, contact lens and glasses exams, neuro-optometric therapies, and so much more. Mooney Eye Care Center, complete care for the entire family.
Quarter. Logan County Cougars come out firing on all cylinders, John. Had to take a 21-0 lead. Now the Bears are trying to put a little something together here.
Yeah, they are. They really have got a decent drive going here. Going right back to our initial, ground and pound. Run the ball up the middle with Eli a few times, get around the outside with either Kellen or Wade, and this is Spencer County football at its best. So it's a great job by the Bears right now, moving the ball down the field, and let's hope they can put it in for 6.
2nd down and 1, they're calling it. Ball on the 15-yard line. Bolin in the shotgun, takes the snap, hands the ball off to Ballard, makes one man miss, tries to get forward. I believe he got it forward enough for the first down. It's going to be really close.
And I think they're going to look at the chains a little closer here, Bo.
Let's go down to Phillips on the sideline.
Hey, we've done a lot of these games, and being down in the field, you notice a lot of stuff as the year goes on. This is the most physical team I've seen us play yet. They get hands on you, and they play through the whistle. I mean, if you're at home watching, just keep an eye on that. I mean, it is until the whistle's blown or maybe even a little bit later, these boys are getting it. So
they do give the Bears first down there. 1st and 10, ball on the 14. Bowling back under center. Hands the ball off to Wade Hutt. It's following his blocker. He's going to get forward for about 7 yards there, I believe, John.
Yeah,
they're getting down on the other end of the field now on us.
It's awful hard, awful hard to see the yard lines from where we're at. The scoreboard's showing a 2nd down and 3 right about now, so ball on the 7.
Ball on the 7. Pickup of 7 for Hutt.
Well, now they're showing it's ball on the 5.
Ball on the 5. 2nd down and 1.
So pick up by 9 there by Wade. It's a good hard run, and it's a great job following his blockers around the outside.
This time Wade gets the pitch, tries to beat everybody to the edge.
That's going to be real close to a first down out there, I think.
They are giving him the first down. So now we got 1st and goal Bears. Ball inside the 5.
Really important that Spencer County punches it in for 6 right here. Do a lot emotionally for this team, lift them up. This is where you really need our offense to come through for us right here, and it's a great job giving the defense a break.
Bowling gives the ball to Ballard, tries to go up the middle. Gets forward for a couple. Going to be real close to that goal line, John.
Don't be surprised here. You see some, a little bit of a play action type thing here. We talked earlier about Gabe Bowling and his ability. This is a great spot right here where you can run a bootleg out to the outside and Gabe be able to either walk into the end zone or even a pass to the outside.
Kellen takes the ball around the right side, and again, Cougars there to set the edge, take him down. He's going to be short of the goal line. And that's going to bring up 3rd and goal.
Look like they're keeping him right around the 3-yard line there. He might have gained a few inches on that play, but not a whole lot. Very important 3rd down. This Bears team needs to feel that success right now, Bo.
Got Rourke out wide to the left. Give the ball to Ballard. He powers through. Touchdown, Bears! Exactly what this team needed right there, John.
It was. They needed that opportunity to go down there, put 6 points on the scoreboard, and even just as important, give this defense a chance to rest, make some adjustments before they come out here and shut down these 3 individuals, really, that's moving the football down the field for Logan County.
Kennedy on for the PAT. Low snap. Gets it down, and it is good. 9 minutes, 23 seconds left in the first half. Logan County 21, Spencer County 7.
Perfect situation right here. We got a little bit of momentum putting that 7 points on the board, but the defense, if they can go out there, get a 3 and out, we could get that football back, put another score on the board, and we're right back in this ball game. Like I said, it's far from over. I tell you what, Bo, I have not seen a game this year that Spencer County's ever been out of, especially after seeing them put up 37 points in one quarter against an undefeated Bardstown team this year. So, this is a Bears team that's going to fight. It's going to battle. It might have taken them a little bit to get started in this game. 2.5-hour drive from Taylorsville can be kind of hard on you when you're traveling. But, to get up and get going, they look like they're ready to play football now.
Other scores in 4A. Franklin County leads Allen County Scottsville 14-6. Johnson Central leads Corbin 21-7, and Boyle County over Scott 23-7. Kennedy with the kick goes to Blake White. Gets the ball out to about the 35-yard line.
I got to be honest, Bo.
That's actually Wyatt Blake.
Wyatt Blake, yeah. But I got to be honest, I'm kind of surprised that they've kicked to him. They've kicked to him a couple times. Like you talked about earlier, he's one of the more elusive, a little quicker players that this Logan County team has. And, if I'm Coach Marksberry, I'm sitting on the sideline and I'm thinking, maybe I want to kick that the other way next time. Put it in somebody else's hands and not get it into somebody as dangerous as Wyatt Blake.
Cougars out on the field. Ball at the 34-yard line. They take over 1st and 10. One wide out on either hip, or running back on either hip. Looks to pass. A little screen pass goes out to Blake. He's going to get forward to about the 41-yard line. Pickup of 7. We're going to call it 8. Second down and 2 for the Cougars.
Really a great play call there by the Cougar coaches, by Coach Adler. We were talking earlier about, the Spencer County team needing to get pressure, and that's the one thing that can hurt you if you bring too much pressure is they throw that little screen pass. You take about 5 or 6 guys out of that play, and they can really gain a lot of yardage on you.
And Dr. Reno.
They got him in the backfield.
Harrison Allen slowed him down in the backfield. Bears take him down for a loss. Harrison Allen first to get there. He's probably not going to get credit for the tackle, but
it was a great job by the defense being able to read that, be able to penetrate that offensive line. The last possession that with Logan County had the ball and they were moving down the field, Bo, it was really easy to see just how good this offensive line was, how they were blowing people off the ball.
Yates is going to keep this one. He's got a lot of room. Good blocking downfield by the Cougars. Going to get the ball down inside the 40 to about the 39-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Cougars. Trips on this left side. One wide out to the right. Reno on Yates' hip. Screen pass comes out to this right side. Makes McClendon miss. Bears gang tackling. He's going to get forward. They're going to give him forward progress up to the 30-yard line. That's going to be close to a first down.
Yeah, we got Jackson McClendon here coming a little slow off the field. You know, he might have got rolled up on a little bit there when they made that tackle. That's going to hurt this defense. You know, we talked earlier in the week, Bo, just how pivotal Jackson McClendon could be in a game like this with the pressure that he could get on the quarterback, the way he can set an edge, you know, and stopping some of these outside runs, and that's going to be a tough one if we can't get him back on the field.
Jason Nally into the game to replace McClendon. Handoff goes to Reno up the middle. Bears just when they try to wrap up, they just break free every time.
Yeah, they're having a hard time holding on to the runner. Something that they've done really well most of the year when they've been able to get a hold of a running back, just slow him down, wait for the help to come. You know, we talked about that over and over again with this Bears defense, and these runners have been very, very physical and breaking these holds that they have on them.
Yates drops back, looks to pass. He's got this little bubble screen out. Again, breaks 2 tackles. We got some flags down on the play. We'll pick up a few yards there, John, but I believe that's got to come back for maybe a hold.
I think we have a holding call is what we have.
Holding on Logan County. And now we got another flag coming out.
Flag back here, they're pointing at the sidelines.
Yep. Good. They got a coach going crazy on the sideline over there, if you didn't hear Phillips in our ears there.
Yeah, there's the sideline warning, official sideline warning against Logan County. Okay, he's giving it back to the official. I was going to say, Bo, I saw another flag come flying. I'm like, wow. But yeah, they're picking them all up now. I think we're done throwing the yellow.
So that's going to put the ball on the Spencer County 30-yard line. Looks like about a 1st and 22.
I think we're going to have a timeout here by Coach Adler.
Timeout, Logan County. That's their second timeout of the first half. 7 minutes, 33 seconds left.
Haven't seen Jackson McClendon up and walking around yet on the sidelines, and I really am hoping to see that soon. Would like nothing more than that young man to be able to get back into this game.
Let's go down to Phillips.
We've got Jackson over here. Their trainer Schneider's working on him. It looks like a right ankle, shoe off, a lot of tape. Looks like he's prepping him to get back in there. I think we'll see him again, I believe.
That's good news coming from Phillips down there on the sidelines. You know, we never want to see anybody get hurt. Jackson, he's just been a leader of this team, one of the seniors on this team, and really hate to see a game like this, him not be able to finish. And so glad to see that it looks like he's going to be okay, get his foot taped up and back out on the field. I don't understand.
More.
Yeah, we're
going to move them back again, John. That maybe they are going to give them the. Let's see. Another sideline. That's the second one. That's a penalty. That moves it back 15 yards.
And it'll continue to be 15 every time now.
Ball's on the 45-yard line. Be 1st and 37 for the Cougars. Man goes in motion, fakes the handoff, gets it to number 8. Gets forward out across the 40. Dragging Bears with him. Goes down about the 33-yard line. Gain of 12. Bring up 2nd and 25.
Yeah, very aggressive runners. Those runners just don't quit, and it's good to see. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I obviously want Spencer County to pull through here and be able to stop these guys, but man, they run the ball hard.
Looks to pass, throws out to the flat. That ball is completed. Bryce Rourke tried to go up and high point that one, John. Timing was just a bit off. Pass was caught. We're going to mark it at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, it was a great job by Bryce
That could have
Rourke.
been, if he'd have got there a half a second sooner, that might have been 6.
That might have been, but still, regardless, it was great defense by Bryce. Come up and be able to make a play on that
3rd
ball.
and 17. Pass goes across the middle to White Blake.
That's going to bring up 4th down.
Gets forward to
the kicking unit's coming on the
22-yard line. Guiblotto on for the field goal. Left-footed kicker. John, we've seen him kicking. He's got the boot to kick at 50 yards. He wasn't
he's got a
accurate,
34-yarder right here.
It's down. The kick is up. And it is good. 34-yard field goal by Guiblotto with 5 minutes and 34 seconds left to go in the first half. Logan County leads 24-7 over your Spencer County Bears.
We talked the last possession that Spencer County had the ball and how important it was for them to put that 6 on the board. And it was great that they did. The defense out there doing what they can. This is a different animal than these Bears have faced. A lot of the district, just wasn't very difficult games. That's why I was saying earlier, we got to go back to what we were playing before. We got to go back to that mindset of what we had against Collins, against teams like Bardstown, against teams like Bullitt East, to where this team could come out here and play with those people, and really be able to put a lot of points on the board in the process. That last 6 was really important. 5 minutes, 34 seconds left before halftime. Spencer County will get the ball to receive. We'll receive the ball for the second half kick and be a great time here to put another 6 on the board, be able to come back out after halftime with the football.
Kellen Marksbury back deep for the Bears. Standing about the 8-yard line. Short kick by Guiblotto. That ball's going to go out of bounds.
Yeah, that'll bring that back out to the 35. I think they've kind of learned their lesson on the last 2 kickoffs, kicking to Kellen. Kellen doing a great job on those returns, getting us up to midfield on both of them or beyond. And, great field position to start. But even in a situation like that, you kick the ball out of bounds and you're going to still end up with that great field position.
Oh, Phillips, you got something?
Just real quick. Hey, I think if we put a drive together here, if we can go in down by 10, 24-14, I think we're in the ball game. I really do.
I agree.
Call me crazy. Call me a homer. I don't care what you call me. Here's what I'll tell you. I don't see slumped shoulders.
Yeah.
I don't see a negative attitude. Our boys are still in this ball game.
We're still in this ball game. We put points on the board here. We get the second half kickoff. This game is far from over. And, the Bears have proved it over and over again that they're never out of it.
And we have a flag on the play.
You're going to have a delay
of game. First and 15 for the Bears. Hutt goes in motion. Going to counter move to Marksbury. He's grabbed about the 34, taken down about the, and they're going to mark it at the 34.
Yeah, he's up close to the original line of scrimmage. Well, there he stepped up. Yeah, they're giving him to the 35.
35. Yeah.
Got that 5 yards back, 2nd and 10.
Marksbury and Rourke out wide to the right. Pass the ball to Rourke. Hit by Wyatt Blake as soon as he tried to catch the ball.
Yeah, it looked like the ball might have been tipped at the line right there. It made it a little difficult. You seen it as soon as it got past the line, kind of had a wobble to it. And very difficult for Rourke to get his hands on right there. And really, I mean, he was going to get punished if he caught it anyway in a position like that. So
Marksbury's going to let the play clock come down. No, they're going to call it right now. Timeout, Spencer County. Marksbury huddles his crew over here. 3rd down and 10. Ball on the Spencer County 35-yard line. 4:56 left to go in the first half. 24-7. Logan County leads in this regional championship game here in Russellville, Kentucky.
Yeah, it's been a little tough back and forth right now. Really, you take away that fumble we had on our first possession that gave them such great field position to go down and score that touchdown. You take that fumble out of this game, and this game is not near what the scoreboard shows right now. So, the Bears got to keep that in mind. They got to remember. They got to, we can play with anybody. We have played with anybody, and this is a great opportunity to show it. Now, this 3rd down play right here, this is the type of situation where with the timeout, I actually look for Marksbury to come up with something on this play, whether it's some sort of pass where we talked earlier going down the seam or if it's something to the outside. But I really look to see something out of this play.
Bowling under center. Marksbury goes in motion. Rolls out to the left. Looks back to Marksbury to the right. That ball's picked off. Wyatt Blake intercepts the ball about the 40-yard line, and he's going to take it all the way into the end zone for a touchdown.
A little disappointed not to see a flag right there. Gabe Bowling in position to make that tackle. Takes a block in the back. Official on top of it did not throw that flag. Very disappointed with that.
Guibalotto on for the PAT. Almost blocked. He gets it up, and it is good. 4:47 left to go in the first half. Logan County 31, Spencer County 7.
The kicker hobbling off the field a little bit right there. It was close to a block. They got to the kicker.
Last week against Hopkinsville, they needed a field goal about halfway through the fourth quarter. And Coach Adler looked over to him, and I was listening to the guys on their radio call that done that game, and the kicker waved the coach off. So he may be nursing some type of an injury himself.
Yeah. Again, same situation we were just in before that interception. Spencer County's got to put points on this board on this drive before halftime. There's just no question.
Logan County right now with 249 yards of total offense, just 57 for the Bears. Other 4A scores right now. At the half, Franklin County leads Allen County Scottsville 14-6. Also at halftime, Johnson Central 21, Corbin 10. And Boyle County leads Scott 37-14. Guibalotto on for the kick. Marksbury standing about the 10-yard line. Short kick again. Rourke's going to take it on the bounce at about the 31-yard line. Gets forward to about the 42 42. They're going to mark him at the 43-yard line. Good field position for the Bears. Still plenty of time to take a drive down the field.
Yeah, 4.5 minutes left and until halftime. Bryce Rourke, great job there on that return. They had him hemmed in. There were defenders there. They were in their lanes. They were where they needed to be, broke a few tackles, and still got us good field position. So one of those that Logan County, they might not have kicked to Kellen Marksbury, but it might not have mattered, Bo.
Bears in their traditional wing tee. Rourke out wide to the left. Hutt goes in motion. Handoff goes to Ballard. Tries to follow his blocker. Gets forward for maybe 2 yards. Bring up 2nd and 8. Let's go down to Phillips.
Hey, real quick. Well coached team. That last interception they returned, number 22. I mean, he stayed home. We kind of rolled out to the left. He stayed home on this right side, read it the whole way. Reminds me of any of y'all Peep Steeler fans out there like Troy Polamalu's. Who's that kid? Reminds me of out there playing. Maybe it's the hair, but
I think it is the hair, actually.
Bolin in the shotgun. Fakes the throw
Nobody
to
home.
Rourke. Tried to play off that last play back on the interception. Faked it to Rourke. Marksbury was breaking long and overthrew him by quite a bit.
Yeah, I think a little miscommunication right there on the routes. Marksbury, running more of a post type of a route right there where I think Bolin was looking more for the fly. He was looking more down the sidelines thinking that Kellen was going to take off and go down that play, but just a little miscommunication. The play was there. I think Kellen was open enough. It's something that coaches are going to see and they're going to have to maybe go back to later in the game.
Again, from the shotgun, hands the ball off to Ballard. Ballard met in the backfield. He's going to take a loss. Five-yard loss, and on comes the punt team. Kennedy on the punt, low snap, picks it up. You don't get running into the kicker. If I'm Marksbury, I'm going berserk right now, John.
Yeah, I think the only thing that might have saved him in that situation is, the defender got there. Yeah, the defender did touch him, but he did hold up. He stopped his motion. He didn't follow through with a tackle or a hit or anything like that on Jack Kennedy. And I imagine that's what the officials saw too and saw no intent in the situation, and that's why they didn't get the flag.
First and 10, ball on the 25-yard line. 35-yard punt by Kennedy. Jackson McClendon is back in the game for the Bears. Yates looks to pass. Now he's going long across the middle. He's got a man open. Marksbury got turned around, but so did the receiver there, John.
Yeah, they both got a little bit crossed up right there, and Marksbury and the receiver both having to switch back to the other shoulder, and neither one really be in a position to make a play on that ball.
Stop the clock with 3:10 left to go in the first half. 2nd down and 10. Handoff. Goes around the right side. Bears just having problems getting them down, John. That is something they prided themselves all year long, John. I mean, really.
Yeah, when you see one Bear tackle, you're
it's a
going to
game
see
tackle.
4 or 5.
Yeah.
And just really having a hard time holding on to them and bringing these guys down. Credit a very physical Logan County offensive line and very physical running backs right here.
Gain of 4 on the play for Logan County. 3rd down and 6. Pass across the middle. It's complete. Upended by Marksbury. We've got a flag on the play come out before that.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. Number 74 for the offensive line, way downfield right there. I don't know if we have an ineligible receiver downfield. If we don't, there should have been.
Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah, that's exactly what they
illegal
called.
player downfield.
Yeah,
on Logan
74
County.
was 3 yards deeper than the receiver when the ball was thrown. And so I understand what they were trying to do with that play, a little tunnel screen they were trying to run, get the defenders rushing the quarterback, throw it over their heads. But when you're an offensive lineman and you're running a screen type of situation, you got to be careful about how far downfield you go. And he just seemed to get lost a little bit.
Bring up 3rd down and 11. Ball on the Logan County 24-yard line. 2:32 left to go in the second quarter. Bears need to stop here, try to score again before the half. Yates rolls out to the right to pass. Hits his man in the flat. Saying that pass is complete, and that's good enough for a Logan County first down. Hand off to Reno. Johnny's off to the races. Brought down about the 21-yard line. 40-yard gain by Ryan Reno.
Yeah, Logan County Cougar offensive line just making a gaping hole right there for Ryan Reno to run through. And this is what I was talking earlier. These linebackers from Spencer County, you got to keep your head on a swivel. Got to look for that football. This motion that they're doing is really trying to draw your eyes to where you don't need them to be. Pay attention to that ball. Fill your gaps.
Toss to number 8. Tries to get around the left side. Upended by a couple Bears. Roller in on the tackle along with Nick Stowe and James Hall. Second down, 6 for the Cougars. Clock running, minute 50 left to go. Blake goes in motion. Handoff goes to Reno up the middle, untouched. Into the end zone, touchdown Cougars.
Once again, another big hole. I mean, we could see it really well from our position and where we're standing to watch this game. And that offensive line is they're just getting the movement. They're really doing a great job at winning the point of contact there right in the trenches, being able to blow these defensive linemen off the ball, making these holes, and it makes it easy for a running back.
Guibellato on for the extra point. And that kick is up, and it is good. 1 minute, 37 seconds left in the first half. Your score, Logan County 37, Spencer County 7. Actually 38-7.
You can see the frustration on some of these Bears as they're coming back to the sideline and just getting beat at the point of contact. And all year long, we've been smaller than all these teams that we've played. And one thing that you can never doubt Spencer County with is the effort that you're going to get from these players on the line. And you're still going to continue to get that effort from these boys. They just got to know that they can do it.
Two touchdowns by Logan County in the last 4 minutes. Spread this lead out, 31-point lead for the Cougars.
Little onside kick.
Bears fall on it about the 47-yard line.
Oh, kicker's down on the field, too.
You're up 31. Last one.
Coming off the field a little slow, and it could be exactly why they even tried that, Bo. We noticed there a little while ago, there was a kicking the extra point or kicking the field goal.
Kicking the field goal last time down the field. Yeah, he hobbled off the field then, and maybe it's a case where he just can't do it.
He might not have the leg, and It was a good job by Spencer County, though, keeping their eyes on that football, not turning around to run.
Bowen rolls out to the left, looking deep. He's throwing a long ball down, trying to go to Eric Henry. Henry tries to go up. That ball's knocked down by the Cougars. Good coverage by Logan County.
Pretty good idea, too, from Coach Marksberry to come out right there throwing. Not something you typically see from a Coach Marksberry, from a Mike Marksberry offense. Typically the wing tee, you're going to be primarily heavy on the run and definitely heavy on the run on first down. So took a shot there, try to get this Logan County team sleeping on there a little bit in the secondary, and it just wasn't meant to be. We're going to have a timeout on the field here, Spencer County. Minute 24 left in the half. And, look at some of those stats. What stands out at you the most, Bo?
Well, it's Spencer County with 54 yards of total offense. I mean, this is a team that's averaging over 400 yards a game. And over 300 yards a game on the ground. This is the number one running team in the state as far as total yardage goes. And Spencer County's looking at 18 rushes for 45 yards in this game. It's just not there. 201 yards rushing for the Cougars.
Yeah. And really, I think what it's boiling down to is the point of attack. Having a hard time on the defensive and offensive side of the ball for the linemen for Spencer County. Logan County getting great penetration on our offensive line, really being able to get in the backfield quick, be able to be disruptive, and just vice versa when they have the ball. They're just blowing the defensive line off the ball and being able to get in position and just taking them out of the play. And so makes it really easy as a running back for you to be able to get through a hole that an offensive line like that's being able to produce.
Davin Yates, 15 of 17 for 128 yards through the air. And Ryan Rayno, 9 rushes, 120 yards. 2 wideouts this side for the Bears. Handoff goes to Ballard, and he's not going anywhere. Let's go down to Phillips.
I don't know if they've made an adjustment, but that's number 59 on what we're running to the right now. We were successful with that earlier with Wade 4 or 5 times, I felt like, and that's kind of how we on that scoring drive. And this number 59 the last few plays side up, so.
Yeah, really having a hard time dealing with this defensive front, running this 3-4 that they do. They keep their outside linebackers up on the line.
Nobody's on Eric Henry out there.
Gabe actually, he's going to take
breaks
off.
It loose, gets across midfield up to about the 45-yard line. That should be enough to move the sticks. Eric Henry didn't have anybody within 20 yards of him, John, over there in the left flat.
Yeah, I think he's going to be shy of the first down. But we are going to have another timeout here.
Timeout, Logan County.
Got to be honest with you, Bo, kind of surprised at that. 38.7 seconds left, 4th down. Logan County calls timeout to stop the clock. I mean, if I'm Coach Adler, I understand. He's seen the film, too. He's seen the stats. He knows what the Spencer County offense is capable of doing in a game like this. And so I'm sure he wants to, still try to throw as many points on that board as possible. But, with the clock already running, a 4th down and 2, I'm forcing, if it's me, I'm forcing Spencer County to take that last time out. You're trying to get into a position, trying to be able to score. If they're able to get a decent play off right here, get down the field, and get in position for Jack Kennedy to kick 3 points, we still have that timeout in our pocket to stop the clock.
I think timeout's the call there. You stop them there, you go score for them, right?
Logan County's idea there was to try to score, right? Get the ball back, try to score. One more score, they're in the running clock.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that's kind of
difficult.
difficult.
Now Marksberry's going to call timeout.
A little misunderstanding, a little miscommunication right there. Marksberry not very happy about something right now with his offense, not getting stuff set up properly. But
very proud of Spencer County tonight, John. I mean,
I know.
We're 2.5 hours away from home, and we've got this sideline over here full.
Yeah, this side's full. We got our little roped off area. We're apparently a little bit special, I guess. I don't know, but got our little spot, little corner roped off, but the student section in front of us is it's not quite as big as the student section we'd see at a home game, but the rest of the fans have filled in.
Marksburg's going to punt now. End over end kick. Takes a Spencer County bounce. And if you're going to kick it to them, that's, pin them deep, make them, 29 seconds. Logan County don't have any timeouts left. They're probably going to try to run one play here, John, see what they can get out of it, and then just let it go.
Yeah, look for them to use the sidelines here. And they have that ability, whether they're running the ball or whether they're throwing the ball. We've seen them work along the numbers most of the game. And, other than a few long runs by Ryan Reno where the holes have just been blown up in the middle, that's where they found their most of their success. And so they're going to try to use that sideline, stop the clock. And like you said, Bo, I really look for them to see what happens in the first couple plays, whether or not they're going to push the issue.
Yates from the shotgun. Sends Blake in motion.
I think we're going to have a false start here, Bo. Yep, that's what we're going to have.
False start on Logan County, move them back 5 yards. Be 1st and 15. Ball now on the 5-yard line. Now they take a knee, don't they, John?
Well, you got to be careful taking a knee when you get too close to that end zone.
Well, they're looking to pass the ball. He's going deep. 3 Bears with 1 Cougar. 4 Bears.
And that's what you'd mentioned a little bit ago, Bo. You run a couple plays to see what you can come up here with your Coach Adler. You're going to look and see, where can I get on this field? And he's looking at that score just like we are, and we know that, 36 points is a running clock, a 36-point lead, and right now they're just 6 points shy of that. Almost picked off.
That Bryce Rourke again. We've talked about him so many times. Second in state in interceptions was 6, but how many pass breakups? I mean, we see multiple. 3, 4, 5 every game.
Yeah, he likes, really good position. He had that great one earlier in the game where he jumped up high, pointed the ball over the back of the defender and was able to make a play on it. It's just being in his spot, taking care of these receivers is a great job.
19.2 seconds, 3rd and 15. Now they're going to run the ball. Get the ball to Reno. He's going to try to get out of bounds.
He's not
but
going to.
I don't think he did. He didn't. That clock is going to run, and that's going to bring us to the end of the first half. We're going to see if yeah. Halftime score, Logan County 38, Spencer County 7. I don't know if we're going to get a word with Coach Marksbury or not here at halftime.
Well, I know Phillips was talking there earlier. He's about half afraid to talk to Coach Marksbury right now. It's been a very frustrating half for Spencer County Bears, but, we got Phillips here with Coach Marksbury.
All right, Coach, what do you tell them at half?
Well, we just got dominated. It's just they're killing us, driving us off the ball. It's really disappointing. Our kids are confused a little bit. Kids are confused, and just not a real good half of football. And we had, honestly, just getting whipped up front. They're just so much more physical than we are, and not tackling very well, and getting out of our gaps, and just, we got to get them in here and get it calmed down and try to fix some stuff and just take some baby steps. We get the ball, start the second half, and just got to get in here. And they came out in a different defense than we had seen in all their film, so that kind of confused our kids a little bit, and we were kind of a little bit slow adjusting to that. But, we'll do our best. Our kids will keep fighting. We just got to get in there and get them in a controlled environment and get some things fixed. So.
Sounds good. Coach them up. Get them. All right, gentlemen, there you go. 38-7 halftime. We'll see what we can do second half.
Thanks a lot there, Mike.
Appreciate Coach Marksbury. I don't know if I'd have done that interview myself if I on the sideline, but
that's a difficult thing to do, and that's something we have to say here throughout the throughout the season, just been thrilled to death with the support that, GHP-SPORTS has received from the athletic program, from Coach Marksberry.
Absolutely.
And what he's been able to do to help us out both with accommodations at different schools, but then also making himself available for times like that to where he can actually, talk to us or talk to the fans that are watching at home. And, just a great show of sportsmanship and community pride coming from Coach Marksberry.
Yeah, I mean, he's actually invited us, John, to come down to their coaches meeting they have every Sunday and decide what they're going to run on offense, what they're going to do on defense. He's invited us to that. I went one time, and, I just hate to bother him. Don't really want to be in the way. Let them do their thing, So we've not really taken advantage of that, but we do. We appreciate Coach Marksberry and this whole Spencer County athletics department and school for allowing us to do this. So right now, your halftime score, Logan County 38, Spencer County 7. We'll be back in a minute on GHP Sports.
Tonight's game is proudly sponsored by Titchener and Satterley, attorneys at law, Taylorsville, Kentucky. The People's Bank is proud to be a sponsor of the SCHS Bears. The People's Bank is an independent, local community bank dedicated to serving Spencer and surrounding counties. At the People's Bank, we are here to serve you with deposit accounts, mortgage loans, construction and land loans, as well as business and personal loans. The People's Bank is conveniently located with 2 locations, 23 West Main Street in historic downtown Taylorsville, and a branch at 5511 Taylorsville Road in Fisherville. Or you can visit us at our website, www.tpbtaylorsville.com. Banking excellence since 1903. The People's Bank, an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Kelly Hubbock is a local real estate agent with RE/MAX Results who serves Spencer County and surrounding areas. She provides home buyers and sellers with professional, responsive, and attentive real estate services. Want an agent who will listen to what you want in a house? Need an agent who knows how to effectively market your home so it sells for top dollar? Well, give her a call at 502-551-8494 or stop in and see her at 19 East Main Street in downtown Taylorsville. She is a female, wife, and mother who understands and appreciates the difference between a house and a home. And she would be honored to earn your business.
Curious what your home is worth? Visit brownrealty.com. Brown Realty, serving Spencer County and beyond for nearly 20 years. Brown Realty, your local realtor.
Mooney Eye Care Center, a medical optometry practice, has 2 convenient locations in Elk Creek and Mount Washington. Doctors Mooney, McGiffin, and Hargis provide the highest level of eye care for pediatrics, contact lens and glasses exams, neuro-optometric therapies, and so much more. Mooney Eye Care Center, complete care for the entire family.
Back here at Logan County High School, Logan County leads Spencer County 38-7. Long first half for us there, John.
It was a long first half. There were some mistakes. One key mistake was that first possession Spencer County had, losing that fumble, giving them great field position. But, like Coach Marksberry talked about, we're just being outplayed right now, outmatched. The physicality that this Logan County Cougar team has and blowing us off the ball, opening these holes, and the way these runners are moving the football, it's very difficult. And then, of course, I hope we come out with some great adjustments too. I mean, we know we have the ability to score big in a game if we need to, but you look at these stats that are up on the screen right now, and you got to wonder which Spencer County team showed up to this game.
Yeah, it is 62 yards of total offense, 53 yards on the ground. Those numbers by this time in the game normally, John, is 200 yards of total offense, 150 on the ground at least. Gabe Bolin, 1 of 7 for 9 passing yards, 20 rushing attempts, and only 53 yards. That's less than 3 yards a carry for this Bears team.
Yeah, that's a pretty rough statistic. When, like you said, we're the leading rushing team in the state. It's hard to believe that they've been able to shut us down. But credit Logan County.
Logan County and Coach Adler.
Great preparation. They understand what we're trying to do on offense. They're putting players in position, and just like it is on offense, their defensive line is just blowing our offensive line off the ball. We're not being able to make good blocks, not be able to seal off the edges like we're used to in a lot of these games, and making it very difficult to move the football.
Individual stats, as far as that goes, for Logan County, Davin Yates, 15 of 19 for 128 yards. Ryan Rayno, 10 rushes, 131 yards and 2 touchdowns. Davin Yates, 3 rushes, 49 yards. And Wyatt Blake, 7 receptions for 68 yards for Logan County. As far as Spencer County goes, it's short and sweet. Gabe Bolin, 1 of 7 for 9 yards. Wade Hutt, 5 rushes for 27 yards. Last week's Brown Realty Player of the Game, Eli Ballard, had 11 rushes last week for 116 yards. This week, 11 rushes, 16 yards.
Yeah.
It's just that Gabe Bolin, the one time he did run the ball, 1 rush for 10 yards. Kellen Marksbury, 3 for 0. That right there, these 4 guys right here I'm looking at, John, on this computer, that's 4 guys that's got over 600 yards rushing this season in each individual, and we can't hardly break the line of scrimmage. Well, Bryce Rourke did catch 1 pass for 9 yards.
And Logan County, like we talked about, they came out prepared. They knew what we had when it come to our offensive weapons, and that's why they're stopping them the way they are. But, you remember earlier in the game, before the game, we were talking keys to the game, and third key of the game that I thought was really critical, and I still think could be something really useful for this Bears team, is that we can always go bowling. We have Gabe Bolin as a weapon, and even the rushing that he has had, right now it's been from where he had to break contain, was not a designed run to get down the field for those 10 yards, and maybe look at throwing the ball a little bit more. You have to be able to do something to eliminate the pressure that you're getting up the middle from this Logan County Cougar defense. The defensive ends, the way they're flying in, the linebackers, the way they're getting in the backfield, you've got to be able to get the ball out quick, get it out to the sides, do something different, or otherwise, what are we doing?
The lone bright spot, John, that sitting here looking over these individual stats and team stats, the lone bright spot is the kick return stats. Kellen Marksbury, 2 returns for 98 yards on those 2 returns, and even the one Bryce Rourke brought back for 12 yards. Other than that, the offense is just non-existent.
It's been pretty stagnant tonight, and I think it's been frustrating for coaches and players both, because this is an offense that really hasn't had to deal with this type of adversity yet this year. Playing our game the way we normally play our game against these other teams, and just to have a team that's been well coached and well prepared and able to stop that, that's where you got to throw something different at them every once in a while. You got to get them doing something. We talked about the razzle-dazzle that this team has when it comes to what they try to do with their motion and try to get you out of position and try to do different things like that. And that's exactly what Spencer County needs to look at trying to do now. We have to adapt our offense, to where the reads that these guys are getting on defense, that the Cougars are getting, and the plays that they're trying to make on defense, we can take them out of that. But if we continue to try to run the middle like we have been, we continue to try to do the outside things that we've been doing with Wade. And, Phillips talked about it there earlier. They made that adjustment. Number 59 on their team, believe that's Rylan Nichols, came up to outside linebacker on this side and was able to actually get good penetration, seal that off, make it difficult for Wade Hutt to be able to run the outside. And so they're making a lot of proper adjustments. Great job by this Logan County team and their coaching staff to be able to make these adjustments to try to stop the offense of Spencer County. But when you see that as a coach for Spencer County, and what they're talking about right now at halftime, I'm sure, is, okay, they're going to do this, we have to do something else. You have to remember, this is chess, not checkers.
That's exactly right. Go down to Coach Phillips on the sideline.
It's still cold down here. I don't know if y'all know that or not.
32 degrees. I just checked my phone here in Russellville.
I honestly would not have guessed that high, to be honest.
I wouldn't have either.
My feet tell me different. No, here's the problem. We're not built to come back for this, right? Like, I feel like if the score was opposite, I feel like Logan County is built to kind of spread it out, throw it down the field. They're quick hitting. We're more of a grinded out offense. We do hit big runs, but hey, we said it earlier. This team has been physical. Coach admitted it. Like, they've just blown us up. You know, it is what it is. You're calling a spade at that point. I think at this point it's about pride. You know, at this point, do you come out here and go 3 and out, let them get a running clock on you, or do you score and try to get a stop and try to make it respectable? So, well-coached team. Hey, and these kids have been great sportsmanship. You know, I mean, they play through the whistle, but they help you up. So it's been a fun game to watch. I don't like where the score's at, but they do spread it out a little bit. I think at this level, that's hard to stop. I think it's really, I think Collins, if we think back to that game, they try to do that a little bit. They try to spread you out and try to move their quarterback probably a little bit more. But these boys, number 22 is a ball player. So let's see if we can make it respectable.
Yeah, Wyatt Blake over there, he's already doing much better than even his season averages, and right now, coming into this game, 634 yards rushing, 514 yards receiving for Wyatt Blake. The rushing, he's averaging 52.8 yards per game, receiving 42.8 yards per game, and he's well beyond those numbers. He's been somebody that has been steady and consistent for this Cougars team and really been able to get in position to move the ball down the field. But, and I understand that, what Coach Phillips was saying, is us not being a team that's really built to handle a deficit like this. But, it's also one of those situations to where unless we do something different this half, Bo, we're definitely not going to be able to handle a deficit like this.
No, I mean, we're one score away from being under the running clock here, and that's we've seen that this year, but not from this end.
Not from this side,
So, this is we get the ball first here in the second half. We've got to come down. We've got to score. If not, folks, this second half could be pretty quick.
Yeah, it could be real quick, and that makes for a really quick half of football followed by a really long drive home. And so these Bears are going to come out here. I'm sure the coaches are going to have them a little bit, prepared for this, making some adjustments. And, this game isn't over yet. Again, I've said it a couple times already. We put up 37 on Bardstown, an undefeated team right now, in one quarter. We can score. We can score fast if need be, but we have to be able to make some adjustments, get the ball out faster, because otherwise this interior of the Cougar defense is going to keep eating us alive.
As you see, Spencer County Bears have now made their way back out onto the field to warm up here for the second half. Logan County has been out for a little bit. Still a couple minutes away before kickoff. We go over some other 4A scores right now around the state. There's only 4 4A games left. In those 4 games, Franklin County now leads Allen County Scottsville 35-6. That game's in the third quarter. In the fourth quarter, Johnson Central leads Corbin 27-10. John, I thought that might be the best game of the night, and Johnson Central really put it on an undefeated Corbin team.
Yeah, that score there really surprises me. Corbin's one of those teams that, if I'm looking at it just from a non-biased point of view, I always want Spencer County to get as far as they can and be at every game they possibly can be. But unbiased point of view, Corbin's one of those teams that I really looked at being in the final game, potentially with Boyle County. And, we talked about it driving over here. Of course, we had a lot of time to talk when we were driving over here there earlier today. And we talked about, being a Corbin-Boyle County final, how much fun that would be even to go over and watch that game. 2 great teams. And so great job by Johnson Central there, being able to put them down the way they are.
Boyle County also leads Scott. That's Scott, not Scott County, 37-14. And that's your games in 4A from around the state. Your score here in Russellville, 38-7. Logan County leads Spencer County. Spencer County gets the ball first. Got to come out and try something different. Maybe the razzle-dazzle needs to come from our side now.
That's what I'm thinking.
If you're Coach Marksbury, what you got to lose now?
No, you don't have anything to lose now. you run into some of the other teams that we've played. When you played Marion County, when they were way down, in that game, and beginning of that game against Marion County, they come out and tried an onside kick to start. It's a what do you have to lose type of situation, and that's just what these Bears need to do. They need to come out, do some things differently to try to take some of these defenders out. Elijah Hawkins leading this team for Logan County this year in tackling, and then Wyatt Blake too playing on defense. Both of them have just been wrecking balls for this team, and we've got to find a way to eliminate those two, take them out of plays, take the rest of the defenders out of plays, and be able to put points on the board. You put a few scores on the board, and you get a little energy back. You start taking some away from them, and who knows what can happen in 2 quarters of football.
This Logan County team is turnover prone. There's been 4 games this year where they've had 2 turnovers or more, and 3 of those they had 3. And so, I mean, that's possibility. This is the score don't show it. This is a good defensive team, these Spencer County Bears. I mean, you never know what could happen.
Yep. Coaches are getting their teams together now for a few more instructions here before we go out for the second half kickoff. Spencer County receiving that kickoff, have an opportunity to go down the field, put points on the board right away, and hopefully get a little energy.
I just got a text, John, from a friend of ours that Mike Lyons used to coach softball with him, and we used
to love Mike.
We talked about it all the time in our conference. We would go over to Taylor County and play, and it's on a bus. I mean, you can get there in a car in an hour and 5-10 minutes. A bus, you're looking at an hour and a half drive over there.
Every bit of.
And a lot of times we'd have a hard time getting the girls to wake up before the game started. I mean, just that long bus ride, and a lot of times it does. It takes it out of you.
It does. That was one of the things when we were talking last week watching the John Harden game, and we were paying attention to some of the other games going on in the playoffs. We had talked about the fact that if Spencer County won, which they did, we needed either Franklin County or this Logan County Cougar team to lose, and we would then end up with home field advantage this week. And, of course, Hopkinsville only losing by 2 to Logan County last week. If they could have pulled out that victory, we would be sitting in Taylorsville right now playing a Hopkinsville team. And so, it's one of those things where those little things, they might not seem like a lot, these other scores that are going on with different playoff games, but they really do affect things. And, this Spencer County team, they left the high school today at 3 o'clock. And so for getting on the bus, getting down here, the time it's taken, it can really take a lot out of it.
Set to start the second half. Guibalado back to kick for Logan County. Kellen Marksbury, feet on the 10-yard line, ready to receive, but I doubt they kick to him. Another short kick. Fair catch called. And brought in at the 38-yard line. That's where Spencer County will take over, 1st and 10. Kellen got those 2 big returns, and they're just not going to kick to him no more, John.
No, and that's smart. I wouldn't kick to him either. And that's what we talked about earlier, where Spencer County kicking some of these short kicks and to Wyatt Blake. And, he's been able to, try to get some good returns off of it. Luckily, we've been able to contain him. But, that's just an offensive power right there, a guy that can really move the football, and just stay away from him. But
so Phillips just said in her ear there, that kicker's hurt.
Yeah, I think so.
So he's pitch goes to Wade Hutt. He's going to lose 3 on that play. Bring up 2nd and 13. Well, they're going to give him loss of 2. Be 2nd and 12.
That outside linebacker over here for the Logan County and also the corner, both doing a great job getting upfield. Spencer County, if they're going to run those, have to do a lot better job of blocking and driving.
Handoff goes to Eli Ballard. He's hitting the backfield also. Lose a couple more yards. Ball on the Spencer County 35-yard line. 2nd and 13. 3rd and 13. Bolin rolls out to the left, being chased. Throws the ball, and that ball is picked off.
Yeah, Logan County still just doing a great job of getting in the backfield, being disruptive. And
Cade Johnson chased him all the way over here to the sideline.
And that's something where I was talking earlier, that pass play was something a little different. We haven't seen a lot of that, but of course it was also third and long. It was one of those what else are you going to do type situations. But Spencer County got to do a better job at getting quicker plays. Get that ball out of Bowling's hands faster, get the players in open space, let them make plays to move the ball down the field.
Look for Logan County to try to strike quick here. Pitch goes up to number 8. That's Zane Batten. He's going to get forward for a couple. Be second down and 7 for the Cougars. Two wideouts to the left, one to the right for the Cougars. Low snap. Handoff up the middle. The penetration, John, not really a real big hole from what we've seen over here, but by the time that running back hit the line of scrimmage, the offensive line had our defense pushed back 5 yards.
Yeah, they're just blowing the defensive line off the ball, and that's making it difficult to where even early in the game we were talking about, we're having a hard time even making contact with these running backs until they're 3 or 4 or 5 yards downfield. And it's something Spencer County has to do a better job. Get off those blocks, try to, be aggressive, get into those gaps and stop this running attack.
Yates drops back to pass. Looking long, goes across the middle, going to number 16. That ball's knocked down by Kellen Marksbury.
Yeah, great defense there by Marksbury. Way to be in position. We've done an excellent job in this game with our secondary. They've been in position. They've made great plays on the receivers. Sure, we've given up a few passes, but you're likely to give up a few of them. But generally speaking, they've been able to hold Davin Yates down and really stop this passing attack. It's the linebackers and defensive line that have to step up and really take control of this running attack.
Trips out to the left. Screen pass goes out to White Blake. Blake gets around the left side. We're going to get a flag on the play. Blake may go into the end zone. He does, but now, John, that one's coming back.
I think that is coming back, too.
That was right here in front of us. It was pretty obvious. Holding on Logan County.
Another flag just come over on the sideline with coaches arguing it out on the field. We're going to back him up another 15.
But, John, when we was watching film the other night, I mentioned to you, this coach is on the field more than his offense.
Yeah, he's out on the numbers a lot of the game, and it's something that, these referees are paying attention to, and he just can't do that. He cannot be disruptive like that. He's not allowed to be out on the field.
Let's go down to Phillips.
And that's one of those things here as a coach. He's 50, 60 yards across the field from that place. I don't see he's arguing the call. He's not arguing if it's right or wrong. He's just arguing the call at that point. He has no idea if it's the right call.
So we're going to get the 10 yards for the holding call, and then that's going to be a dead ball personal foul on the coach of the Logan County Cougars. And you got to wonder at what point these officials even continue to put up with that. Eventually they're going to toss him if he wants to keep being that way.
And puts the ball all the way back to the Logan County.
Isn't that the second one?
44-yard line. That's the third time they've been called. Got the warning and second penalty. First down markers all the way up here at the 29. Second down and 33 for the Cougars.
There's still some discussion going on. Got the head official still in there where the football is. getting everything organized in his book.
I'm like you, Phillips. I mean, at what point do you tell him he's escorted out of here? Let's go down to Phillips.
Just real quick, I remember back at the Collins game, I mean, after we got our first one, they kept telling Marksbury, if you get another one, you're gone, and then you sit out the next game. So I don't know what that rule is, but I remember that, I mean, quite clearly from, back in the beginning and the middle of the season there. And I know they've had 2 tonight, so I don't know if there's a third. It takes a third one. That I don't know.
Yates with a gain of about 16 yards. He's going to be just short of the original line of scrimmage. Going to bring up third, and they've got 14 on the board. Looks more like 13 from where we're standing here, John. Trips out to the left. Looking to pass. Goes across the middle.
Intercepted.
Picked off. Kellen Marksbury goes back, gets it back across midfield, and the Bears will take over with good field position.
Hey, good tip drill right there. Roller in position to be able to tip that football, get it up into the air, and Marksbury in position to make that catch and going down the field. And great job by the Bears. That's something you practice a lot when you work with secondary is that tip drill, and everybody did the right thing, and we got the ball with good field position.
Bears take over at the Logan County 48-yard line. 8 minutes, 32 seconds left to go in the third. Offense comes back out onto the field. Bryce Rourke out wide to the right. Boland under center, sends Marksbury in motion. Boland's going to keep this one himself. Gets across to about the 45-yard line. Going to pick up about 3 on that play. Bring up 2nd and 7. Clock continues to run as we now go under 8 minutes. Now Rourke and Roller out wide to the left. Boland in the shotgun, drops back to pass, throws the ball across the middle. Got Marksbury open. Back, he makes one man miss. He's going to get down inside the 20 to about the 15-yard line. 25-yard pickup by the Bears. Gabe Boland to Kellen Marksbury.
Great play call there, too, and that's something different. I think it was something they actually tried earlier in the game that they wanted to do. Little miscommunication, wasn't able to get the pass off quite right. But, that's the type of thing you got to watch for. You got to be able to get these quick passes, something out in space, and you get players like Kellen Marksbury. He's fast enough. He could probably beat a lot of these Cougars at a foot race. So
Boland's going to keep it himself this time. Not get much on that play. Up to about the 10.
I believe that was Eli Ballard.
Is that Eli?
Yeah.
Bring up 2nd and 5. Seven minutes left in the third. And we have Royer and Rourke out wide to the right. Boland in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Throws a screen pass out to Bryce Rourke. Rourke drives in.
Touchdown Bears! We needed that one right there, Bo. We really did need that one. A shot in the arm for this team, and we have seen this team score fast before. It's time to put the foot down on the gas pedal right now, Bo, if you're Coach Marksbury.
Kennedy on for the PAT. Boland with the hold. It's up, and it is good. 6 minutes, 46 seconds left to go in the third. Your score, Logan County 38, Spencer County 14.
It was nice, really refreshing there on that drive, too. We were seeing some different stuff, and that's what I was talking about at halftime.
Well, we talked about that play earlier.
Yeah.
That was a play with Marksbury going across the middle, getting into the seam there, that was open against John Harden.
That's right.
And we thought that play could be open in this game.
Yeah, they had been working their safeties up a little bit. Not quite as much as John Harden had, but, you could see those safeties for this Cougar team coming up. And, when you're facing a team that's leading – the state in rushing, what do you expect the defense to do? They're going to try to come up. They're going to try to stack against the run. And if you can get that safety with his eyes in the backfield and sneak out a receiver like Marksbury, you can get some space and make something happen. But, between a play like that, between throwing the little bubble screen out to the side out here to Bryce Rourke for the touchdown, those are those little things that we haven't seen this Bears team do a lot of, and that's exactly what we need. They say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting the same result. And so we've got to be able to open up our offensive playbook a little bit if we're going to continue to put points on the board against this Logan County defense.
We're going right onside this.
Now Marksbury out on the field. Questions for some officials.
Moving the ball up. I'm guessing we're going to have there was a penalty situation apparently. That's going to bring the ball up to Logan County 45-yard line for the kickoff. And this is a position where you got to maybe attempt that onside kick, Bo. I mean, you're not really giving up bad field position if you do kick it off and they do recover it with the onside. But, take that chance. Why not try to do something and get this football back?
And that's what they do. Takes a bounce right into the hands of Logan County. Number 34. That is Elijah Hawkins. Logan County takes over at the 38-yard line. Not a terrible play call by Coach Marksbury there. I mean, when you're kicking off from the 40 there, the way they've been kicking off with it being short, that's where Logan County's been getting the ball anyway for most of the games.
You're not really giving up much of anything. And even if you're at the 45 and you decide to kick it deep, they come out to the 20-yard line. We've only given up, 12 yards difference from where that ball would have been if it had been a touchback situation. So definitely worth it.
They go unbalanced to the right. Ball goes to number 1. That's Dillard. Tries to spin around, gets the ball out to about the 40-yard line. Going to pick up about 7 on that play. Bring up 2nd and 3. This time the handoff goes to Wyatt. He gets forward across midfield up to about the 47-yard line. Be a Logan County first down.
Wyatt Blake just having a great game tonight for the Cougars. Who he actually really reminds me of running the football is our own Cam Cardwell. And I hate to say that, knowing Cam's standing on the sidelines right now because the broken arm isn't able to carry the football. But, the power that he runs with, the speed that he has, as hard as he hits the hole, reminds me a lot of Cam.
This time go to Reno. Reno gets across the 40. Met by Bryce Rourke, who wraps him up, waits for help. Nick Stowe comes in to help bring down Reno, but not before they pick up a first down. 1st and 10 Cougars. Spencer County 35-yard line. Unbalanced to the right. Running back on either hip. Handoff goes to White. Boston misses him in the backfield.
Have a hard time not seeing a flag right there, Bo. Ryan Reno back there, he was blocking Nolan Boston and looked an awful lot like a hold to me as Wyatt Blake went around the corner right there, but officials didn't see it.
Pick up a 4 on the play, be second down and 6. Tackle made by Nathan Wilkins. Unbalanced line to the right. Ball goes to the left. Met by a host of Bears at the line of scrimmage. Reno's going to pick up maybe a half yard.
Yeah, good job by the Bears setting that edge. Jackson McClendon left on this side against that single tackle after they shifted the unbalanced formation over to the right side. And we had talked earlier in the game that they like to run behind that strength. They like to be able to move those guys over to the side, run behind that, but you got to watch for those counters. And Spencer County in great position to make that stop.
Handoff goes to Reno, goes up the middle, breaks tackles left and right. John gets down to about the 10-yard line.
Again, one of those positions where they're blowing up that defensive line of the Bears. And that last play, being able to set the edge where Jackson McClendon was able to come up and really affect that play when they ran off that counter. But then they just go right to their strength right up the middle and blowing us off the ball.
Falls on the ground. Falls on the ground. Bears pick it up. Nolan Boston picks up the fumble, brings the ball back to the 25-yard line.
Bears football.
And there is life on this sideline, John.
It was almost like we had an awakening over here with the fans and everything. I'm sorry, I got to talk about this. I'm sitting over here looking at my co-broadcaster here, Bo Bruner. Somebody's handed him, everybody out there has had those hot hands, little hand warmer things. He got a thing almost looked like a chest protector for an umpire or something that somebody he put inside his coat.
Eli Ballard makes a couple men miss, gets up to about the 34-yard line. Pick up of 8 on the play for Eli. And we had a fan get up and leave, said, "Here, Bo, do you want this?" And I'm not going to say no.
No, but you look like you're getting ready to call balls and strikes, though. We get a mask on your face, you'd be set.
Second and 2 for the Bears. 3:12 left to go here in the third. Hutt goes in motion. Handoff goes to Ballard again. Fights up the middle. Gets forward for about 3. That's going to be enough for the Bears' first down.
Bo, I've said many times before, I'm a Green Bay Packers fan. A lot of people know it, and I've always said that the men play in this type of weather up there in Lambeau, and man, I don't know how they
counter to Marksbury. He's got some room, John. Gets across the 40, up to about the 47-yard line. Pickup of 10. That's going to be real close to that first down marker. They're not going to give it to him. It's third and very short. Less than a yard. Boland's going to keep it. Drives forward, gets up to about midfield. Enough for the Spencer County first down. Now stop the clock long enough to move the chains.
Bears doing a good job mixing it up again, doing some different things. But also, a few of those plays were some of the old ones we've had in the book. And, that's what having a drive like we had in the previous possession, that's what that'll do for you. You bring out some of this odd stuff. You start doing some stuff where you're working a little bit quicker and making this defense pay attention. It's going to open up some of this running game again.
Boland rolls out the pass, throws out into the flat. He's got his man, Rourke, but he dropped the ball. Opposite side of the field there, folks. Looked like he caught it. That'll stop the clock with 1:50. Second down, 10 for the Bears. Ball on the Logan County 49-yard line. 38-14, Logan County leads. Hutt goes in motion. Ball goes to Ballard. Caught at the line of scrimmage and drugged down.
Just nowhere to go for Eli. And this defensive line they're just blowing up the offensive line of Spencer County Bears. But a play call like that in a situation like that doesn't really bother me a whole lot, Bo. After some of the passing plays, after some of the quick things that we've done, you still have to keep that defense honest. You still have to keep them in that middle so that open up those quicker passes, get it out into space, let our athletes get down the field.
Third and 10 for the Bears. Mullen rolls out to the left, looks back across the middle. Had Marksbury, just overthrew him. Might be a little too much mustard on that one, John.
Yeah, a little bit. Kellen in position there, had some space, would have been able to make a few men miss maybe if he had even caught that ball, but definitely would have got the first down out of that, and it was just a little bit too high over his head. Bears looking like they're going to punt fourth down.
End over end kick. Hauled in by White Blake. Logan County takes over.
Defense still looking to try to make some adjustments to try to stop this running attack. This running attack has just really been difficult, and a lot of it has to do with that front five.
Quarterback keeper this time. Yates tries to go around the right side. Gets forward for about 6 yards. We'll bring up 2nd and 4. Trips out to the left for the Cougars. Just trying to get people out of the box, John. Reno takes the handoff, gets up to about the 40-yard line. First down for the Cougars. That's probably going to bring us to the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, I think Coach Adler's just going to let this clock run out and get us to the fourth, Bo.
And that's it. Your score at the end of 3, Logan County 38, Spencer County 14. We'll be back in a minute on GHP Sports.
Kelly Hubbock is a local real estate agent with RE/MAX Results who serves Spencer County and surrounding areas. She provides home buyers and sellers with professional, responsive, and attentive real estate services. Want an agent who will listen to what you want in a house? Need an agent who knows how to effectively market your home so it sells for top dollar? Well, give her a call at 502-551-8494 or stop in and see her at 19 East Main Street in downtown Taylorsville. She is a female, wife, and mother who understands and appreciates the difference between a house and a home. And she would be honored to earn your business.
Back here at Logan County High School, Logan County leads Spencer County 38-14. Cougars had the ball at their own 40-yard line. Yates looking to pass. Rourke knocks down another one, John.
Knocks down another one and was lucky to get there. If you noticed before the snap, nobody was out there covering over there on that side. And they noticed right at the end, right before the snap of the ball, Bryce Rourke took off to cover that guy and was able to get in position to knock that ball down. we're very, very lucky that that wasn't 6 right there.
Second and 10. Handoff goes to Reno. Breaks a couple tackles, still on his feet. John gets around to the left side. Going to get the ball up to about the 30-yard line. Gain of 30 on the play by Reno.
And we talked about the physicality of these runners, and a play like that, you really notice their speed. And if I could compare their speed to anybody, I would compare it to us. We've had the fast backs all year. We've been able to have the guys to get into space, to really had the wheels, and to be able to find that 5th gear and go. And this Cougars offense has the same thing.
Handoff goes to Blake White. Got room up the middle. Johnny's gone. Touchdown, Cougars. I don't even think he got touched.
No, I don't think he did.
Make it 44-14. Guibalato on for the PAT. Hold is down, kick is up, and it is good. Your score, 11 minutes, 38 seconds left to go in the ball game. Logan County 45, Spencer County 14.
Yeah, watching the kicker run off the field there, yeah, he's still dealing with something. But
we're going to take a break. We'll be right back here on GHP Sports.
Curious what your home is worth? Visit brownrealty.com. Brown Realty, serving Spencer County and beyond for nearly 20 years. Brown Realty, your local realtor.
Back here at Logan County High School, 11 minutes, 38 seconds left to go in the game. Logan County leads 45-14.
And, we talking there before we went to that break about the kicker, and still running off gingerly, definitely got something going on. And so I don't expect this to be a long kick. And if you look at Spencer County lineup, they're up close to that football. They know he can't kick it deep.
Kind of a knuckleball kick. Lands about the 25-yard line, picked up by Marksbury. He slips and falls.
Right around the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Yep.
Picked it up about the 20. First and 10 for the Bears. Handoff goes to Wade Hutt. Tries to get around the right side. Breaks one tackle. Met by a host of Cougars. Gets back to about the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Bolin drops back to pass. Goes to Marksbury across the middle. That ball is almost picked off. Kellen on a crossing route there.
Again, not a bad idea to run a play like that. Throw something different at them. It's just in a situation like that, the Logan County defenders are secondary. They're watching that pass now more and more that we're trying to do it, and he's in position. Now, if he hadn't been there, the speed that Kellen has, Kellen could have possibly caught that football, but, broken up well by the Cougar defense.
3rd down 10 for the Bears. Ball still on their own 25-yard line. Marksbury goes in motion. Bowen rolls the pass. He's in a little trouble. Breaks free. Gets caught from behind. Drugged down at about the 26-yard line. Might have gained a yard on that. That'll bring up 4th and 9, and the punt team comes on.
Kind of surprised, 10 minutes left in the game, 45-14, so you got a 31-point lead, and we still seeing the number ones on the field for Logan County. And, obviously the game's not over technically, but it's one of those that at what point does Coach Adler pull those guys off, knowing that more than likely they're going to have a game again next week?
Ball down at the 42-yard line. That's where the Cougars will take over 1st and 10. Other scores from around the state tonight. Trinity knocks off Ryle 38-18.
Now you see this offense come back out on the field again. Still Davin Yates out at quarterback. You still got Ryan Reno, number 3, in there. It's really surprised me that they're leaving their starters in.
And off goes to number 1, Dillard. He gets across midfield, makes a couple men miss, down to about the 35-yard line. First down for the Cougars. 23-yard gain by Dillard. Franklin County defeats Allen County Scottsville 49-12.
Ryan Reno on that carry right there again. Hard to stop when you can't get the penetration, when you can't get off those blocks as a defense. You got to be able to shed those blocks, get to that runner, and again, he's not even being touchable until he's 5, 6, 7 yards downfield.
Yates takes the snap, pitches forward to number 8, Batten. First down, Cougars. 8:27 left to go in the ball game. Ball on the Spencer County 27-yard line. And I didn't see that number. Johnny gets around the left side. It's going to go down. Touchdown, Cougars.
That was Elijah Hawkins right there, their leading defender. Yeah, out there on offense, getting a chance to score a touchdown. And that score there puts them to their 36-point lead. The PAT to come. Beyond their 36-point lead.
I'm like you, John. I'm shocked that Coach Adler still has his ones in there. I mean, you always take a chance on somebody getting hurt. You got a big game next week. You're probably going to play at either Franklin County or
I imagine they're going to play Boyle County.
Yeah.
I think that's when you look at the RPI, we were discussing this coming down, and we were looking at potential games for Spencer County or any of the teams that were still playing, and what they actually do is after this game, they'll shuffle this up again by rankings. And so you'll end up having –
they are bringing in their other kicker.
You'll end up having all these teams ranked again by their RPI, and I believe this would put this team playing Boyle.
Kyla Blue on to kick the extra point. That kick is up, and it is good. Seven minutes, 58 seconds left to go. (52-14). Logan County leads. Congratulations, Kyla Blue. I don't know if she has kicked any extra points for Logan County this year.
I'm going to see if I can do some digging here, Bo. Actually, that's her second. She has kicked one other PAT in the season and was successful at that. So that's 2 for 2 for her on the year.
She's also going to do the kickoff here. Ball fielded by the Bears and dropped immediately. Going to mark that ball at the 37-yard line where the Bears take over. 7 minutes, 34 seconds. We are in the running clock now.
Ball's on the ground.
Pitch back to Hutt. Ball falls down on the ground. He falls on it.
Unless you just get Marksburg to bring the seniors out. Furthest any Spencer County team's ever been. Give them a little credit, I guess.
Second down, 15 for the Bears. 6.5 minutes left to go. Bolin rolls out to the right, goes across the middle, throws it behind Marksbury. Again, that's that tough pass, rolling out to the right for a lefty.
For a lefty, yep. That's just the direction he really doesn't want to go, but
Kellen has been open quite a few times across the middle there, and we've just not been able to connect.
Yeah, it's been a little difficult to connect that pass, but in a situation like that, we're on this side of the field, on that hash, the play was called, so Bolin could actually roll to the field, where he actually had more room to go, and I understand why he rolled the direction that he had to roll in that play call, but just very difficult pass to make.
Rolls out to the left. This time he throws it long and overthrows Marksbury by 15 yards. Fourth down for the Bears, and the kick team comes on.
Starting to see some different numbers out on the field now for Logan County.
Kennedy with the kick. Lands at about the 40-yard line. Takes a little bit of a Spencer County roll. That flag's going to go on Logan County.
Yeah, I believe
There's a little lip
11.
going on right here in front of us, John, and he drove a Spencer County defender 8 yards out of bounds and then pointed at the scoreboard and started running his trap, and
Yeah,
he
that
got a
was
hanky on him.
Hunter Holloway right there, number 11 for Logan County. Unsportsmanlike conduct call.
That was an easy call for the official to make, too.
And we've ran into that situation when it comes to I remember when we were down at Marion County, Bo, and there was a little talking back and forth towards the end of the game. It was under the running clock. And number one, if you're a team with that kind of lead, you've already talked. There's no reason to rub it in. And if you're a team that's behind by that much, you don't have much reason to be wanting to run your mouth anyway. And so this is a terrible time of the game. Not very well done when it comes to sportsmanship in that situation. He had blocked the player clear out of bounds and then wanted to basically talk about look at the scoreboard. So, easy call there by the officials.
That ball's going to go back to about the 21-yard line.
Seeing a lot of clean jerseys now in here for Logan County. So bear with us with some of the calls. We'll try to get some of the numbers the best we can and let you know what's going on. But we do have some fresh players in for the Logan County Cougars.
1st and 25. They're going to let the play clock run down before they run a play. That's something, too. Coach Adler's really going to have to stress. I mean, it didn't hurt them none tonight. They got a big lead on us and pulled away game early on. That ball's on the ground. Quarterback falls back down on it. But you go play against a Boyle County team and you pick up, nonsense penalties like that could cripple your team.
Yeah, penalties can really hurt you. Actually, we're going to pull up the stats here. I'm kind of curious about the penalty situation.
8 penalties for 100 yards tonight on this Logan County team. And like I said, it didn't hurt them tonight because of the big lead that they got early on. But
really, most of those penalties were dumb penalties. You only had a couple that were actual holding calls or anything like that. Most of them's been unsportsmanlike conduct. Those big penalties, those 15 yards that can really
2 sideline warning penalties or sideline penalties. And off goes number 51, Jesse Buchanan. Senior in, gets a run. Gets about 5 on the play. 3rd and 8. Down under 2 minutes now. This is something a little different we see here tonight. John, they got the big play clocks in each end zone.
Yeah,
we normally don't see that. You got to rely on that back judge to hold his hand up when it's down under 5 seconds. Handoff goes to number 44, Cade Johnson. Gets out to the 30-yard line.
It's going to bring up a 4th and 1 right here. Logan County looked like their lineup. Go for it.
That he's going to let the clock run down, call his timeout.
Yeah, that's a good possibility too.
And they're calling plays in from the sideline, though. Five seconds on the play clock. Snap it at 1. Handoff goes up the middle. Gets enough for the first down. Still driving forward. Going to get out to about the 43-yard line. Pick up a 13 on the play.
And looking like they're going to have to snap the ball one more time. Make sure you stay with us here after the game's over. We'll get the Kelly Hubbock coaches interview, and we'll have Brown Realty players of the game in this situation, which I believe we're just going to give it to the seniors this time.
We're going to give it to the seniors, John. I mean, this is by far this is the biggest football season, the biggest farthest the team has went.
Yeah.
In Spencer County football history, and a lot of that, these seniors. A lot of these guys will be back next year that we've called their name several times, but there's some guys walking off the field for the last time here tonight, it
hurts for them. It really does.
It really
does.
That's
a painful feeling, But this is also a team that's went above and beyond what most people would have thought the Spencer County team would have done this year. Past seasons we've had some great players. We've had the position, or what we thought we'd be in a position to be able to win a district title and not been able to pull it off. And this Spencer County team, this will go down as a special one here, being the first ones to ever do it. So still a great job. It's still a heartbreaker to lose the game. Not trying to butter it up at all or anything, Bo, but what it boils down to is in Division 4, there's only going to be one team that's going to end with a win this season. So, you're going to end up having that one state champion, and it's difficult to take that loss. It's not fun to take that loss, but this Bears team has been a very special team, and like you said, we're going to have a lot of them back next year, Bo.
Long handshake line here at midfield.
Well, I think there's a lot of respect between these teams, too. I mean, there was a little chippiness at times in the game, but both of these teams are here because they earned that spot, and both of these teams know that that's why the other team's here. There was not a bad team on the field tonight anywhere. And, both teams played great seasons, and from where we are now and what we're looking at with the rest of the playoffs, wish Logan County the best of luck as they continue on throughout the playoffs, and Spencer County's going to look to head back to Taylorsville and get some things together and start getting ready again for next year.
So I guess there's a trophy presentation. Is that right?
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have a trophy presentation here for the regional playoff.
$600.
Yeah, we have. This has just been a great year. 5 rushers over 600 yards. You have Gabe Bolin, who's really came on as a great thrower at the end of the game, and the defense. You can't talk enough about this defense. Now, this score tonight really makes it difficult for people to look at how good this defense really is. But you brought it up earlier before the game, Bo. And what did you say? It was like
since their loss to Bardstown back on September 17th, they've won 7 games in a row. They've given up a little over 6 points a game.
6 points a game. And so it's still a great job by this team. And, you talk about teams like Bardstown. And, these guys, these are these teams that Spencer County played earlier in the year. We talked about them playing Collins. We talked about them playing Bullitt East. We talked about them playing Bardstown. We talked about them playing a lot of difficult teams that would prepare them for as they went through the district and be able to continue on into the playoffs the way they have. And again, very first time this Spencer County football program has ever won a district title. And you have to still be proud of this team and everything that they've accomplished. They've been undersized in almost every game they played, and been able to go out there and excel in a lot of these games. And eventually you're going to hit a wall. And tonight that wall was covered by a bunch of Cougars, it looked like. So it was a great job by Logan County. We congratulate them, and our hearts go out to the Bears.
So proud of this team, though. Again, this is something that we haven't seen in Spencer County. I can remember – it doesn't feel like it was that long ago. We was going over on Saturdays to watch football because we didn't have lights.
Yep.
You couldn't stand on the sidelines because we didn't have bleachers. You brought your lawn chair. You sit on the backside of the end zone to watch football games to where we are now here, regional runner-ups, district champions.
Yep.
And like I said, a lot of these guys coming back next year, Gabe Bolin, Cam Cardwell, Kellen Marksbury. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Bryce Rourke. I mean, a lot of people that played big-time minutes this year, they're going to be back on this field next year.
Yeah,
so.
One of the difficult things, we talk about, we are going to lose a few. We talk about losing Jackson McClendon. We talk about losing Eli Ballard.
3 on the offensive line.
3 on the offensive line is going to be very difficult to replace as well. But when you have that kind of talent coming back, we've got a lot to build on for next year. Let's go down to Coach Phillips there on the sideline.
Hey, just to piggyback off what y'all are saying, I think skill positions next year, we're fine. It's just a matter if we can replace that experience. We're not replacing size, besides Ethan Holder probably. Our line is, but they're just experienced. They're smart. They're not afraid to punch you in the face. So as long as we can as we can get there. I mean, you get a healthy Cam back, another year of Gabe, Kellen Marksberry. I mean, what a year that kid had. I mean, he's a kid that probably we were thinking at the beginning of the year, you know, you get just a little bit out of him, and you know, before we knew it, he was the best player on the field sometimes, it looked like. So a lot coming back at the skill position. It's going to be, you got some leaders on that offensive line that they're going to miss. So, you know, in the game of football, that means a lot in the locker room. So who's going to step up and take that role of leadership too? So I don't know. We'll see. But, hey, what a great year. I mean, like I said, 9-4. Leading rushing team in the state for a while. I mean, you know, a lot of things were done with this team that we've never done here. So you don't pay attention to that tonight. You know, 52-14 means nothing to me. This the good ball team. Hey, we'll see what these boys do next week against Boyle. Right? Is that where they're headed?
It looks like they'll probably end up playing Boyle County, so they'll probably be headed to Danville next week, and that's going to be a tough sledding game. I mein, this team looked good, very physical, ran the ball very well. Boyle County is a different animal altogether, though.
They called Danville Titletown for a long time,
Yeah.
John. I can remember back when I was in high school, you had Boyle County and you had Danville itself, and they were in different classes, and there's a lot of times where it was one or the other or both winning state championships, you know, every year. So,
you know, to go back and as we look at this season as a whole, and we talk about everything this Bears team has accomplished, one thing that has resonated in my ear all year long is at the beginning of the season, before we even played Anderson County, Coach Marksberry said he felt like this year he had all the pieces. And really, you can see from this that we did. You know, when you have, at the time, our leading rusher, Cam Cardwell, go down with a broken arm, and for the guys to be able to pick it up and continue to play football the way they were, continue winning games, win that district title, it's just a great job by this Bears team. And you know, they're always fighting for their brothers. They were always there for each other. So, well, let's go down to Coach Phillips with Coach Marksberry.
All right, Coach. 9-4. All right, that's where you finish. You set some. I mean, honestly, you did some things this year we've never done. Tell me about it.
Well, I mean, you know, we didn't play our best. And look, that's team's a lot more physical than I really noticed on film. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's not about this game, or you know, everybody sees that. Hey, it's what these guys right here did, and I mean, this is probably as fun a year as I've had coaching, and it's all because of them. And they're selfless, and they play their butts off for us every week, and they got a community behind them. They got a coaching staff behind them. They got their student body behind them. They got their underclassmen behind them, and they changed our program. It's just they did things the right way, and I love every one of them. And I hate it like the Dickens that it ended like that. But I mean, these guys. I mean, I can't say enough good things about them. I mean, look, you can't do what we did without these guys, and I love them to death. I mean, I'm forever thankful for. But
hey, we couldn't be more proud as a community of you all. Y'all have represented us well. So, great year. So let me grab one of these guys real quick. Who wants to speak to me? All right, real quick. I don't know how many there are. Come here, get in here. All y'all get in here real quick. All right, listen to me. You all were 9-4, 5 rushers over 600 yards. You're putting a trophy in the case that we've never had before. All right, keep your heads high. You all tell me what this means to you all. Eli, tell me what it means with these group of guys.
Well, with this group of guys, it was just pretty much family. I mean, we all had each other's backs, and losing this hurts, but I think we all grew as better people from this outcome. So I'm not going to be super upset because I know I still got my friends and my team, and I'm just going to live it up. I mean,
hey, you all have done things, I promise you, years from now, we'll still be talking about this group of guys, all right? Great season. Good job. I know it's tough. Keep your heads up, all right? We are extremely proud of every one of you. Great season. Good job, gentlemen. All right, guys, that's tough. You can just see the passion. You can just tell that, I mean, that's probably the last time a lot of them are going to put shoulder pads on, and that's you know, but hey, they worked, man. I had this, I don't know if I'm still on, but I had this talk the other day with, when you walk the halls every day of our high school, I promise you, our football players are some of the best kids in our building, and you can't say that a lot of schools. You know, a lot of schools, that's where you see some issues. These kids, man, you are proud that they have Spencer County on their chest. So I couldn't be more happy. So back to you all.
I know their pain, Bo.
Yeah.
I do. You know, I've been there, and it's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling. You know, Coach Phillips is right. You know, chances are for most of these guys, this is probably going to be the last time they ever strap up that chin strap. And, you know, it's a weird feeling because you end up with all this exhilaration, all this energy, all this stuff that's going on into the ball game, and it seemed like the snap of a finger it was over. And so I know what they're feeling. My heart goes out for them, but you know, everybody down there is right. This is something that's never been done, and these guys did it. And you know, they started at a very young age with the Stallions program, worked their way up through middle school, got up into high school, have been there for each other, played for each other, and Eli Ballard said it perfect. This was his family. So
I don't know if the cameras can get down that low or not, but I just, you know, we're sitting out here, John. I mean, there's still several people here at this field that's made a 2.5-hour drive. They're committed to these kids. These kids were committed to us.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, John, for the last 13, 14 weeks, me and you stood up here and, you know, back home and been in press boxes and on roofs and everything else in the world. Yep. To watch and call these football games, and man, these kids out here, to me, I've always loved high school football.
Yeah.
I love high school more than I love college. I love college more than I love the pros. But as far as having fun with a football team, being around and stuff like I've never had as much fun as I had this year.
You'll never see as much heart come out on a field or on a basketball court or on a baseball diamond as what you'll see from high school athletes.
No.
I mean, this is something that they love to do, that it takes a lot of extra time to do because they still have their schoolwork that they're involved with, and then they have practices, and then they have games, and they have all this stuff that they have to handle. And it's a passion that these players have. That
small towns, it just means more, too.
It does. And so as these kids get older, and some of these athletes around the country, as they get older and they get into college, they get coddled a little bit more because of who they are. They get into the pros, then you end up with having that, you know, making this millions of dollars and all this kind of stuff, and it doesn't mean as much. Right now, you'll never see more passion on a football field as what you're seeing right now. And I got to tell you, I'm impressed even right now. Logan County players still coming down, you know, hugging, talking to the seniors, congratulating them on their game. And, you know, and again, I wish the best for this Logan County team. They went out here and played a great football game, and I tell you, they've got an animal, though, next week. So,
you see Davin Yates and Blake White right here talking to Cam Cardwell and a few others from the Bears. It's just great sportsmanship. And I hate to see a season like this end, man. I just do. I was like this with basketball. I mean, when the season was over last year, I've had so much fun with it. I didn't want it to quit.
I can't tell you how many times I've told people that as we do these games and as we recall in these games, when we signed off at the end of that game on Friday night, I spent the entire rest of the week looking forward to the following Friday.
Looking forward to next Friday, yep.
And you know, we're not going to have that this week. But, you know, we still got something we've never had before. And, you know, you did mention something there, too, though, that on the bright side we need to maybe talk about a little bit. We do have basketball coming up.
We do have basketball. 10 days, folks. I mean, GHP-SPORTS is going to be shut down for a few days, but in 10 days we'll be back at Spencer County High School starting basketball season. And, folks, we're going to try to cover all boys and girls home games again like we did last year. And it looks like that first week there's going to be like 6 games in 6 days. I think there's maybe a Wednesday or Thursday we don't have a game, but there's 2 games on that Saturday. So very busy week that first week, starting with the girls playing Assumption on November 29th, and then the boys play on the 30th. And I think the girls play again on Thursday and the boys on Friday and both on Saturday. It's something crazy like that first week. But
the gym lights, I don't even think will get shut off that week. I mean,
that is something to look forward to. And again, you know, if there's any businesses out there that would like to step up and sponsor, contact Charlie Titchener. I mean, we'd love to have you on board. I feel like this has been a success every week, John. We look at the numbers, and there's more and more people watching every week.
Yep.
And, there was almost 900 views just on YouTube alone last week. And I'm sure with the website, probably up close to 1,500. I don't know that for sure. And this game being 2.5 hours away, I'm sure it's probably going to be similar.
It's probably going to be pretty big tonight. Earlier when the game first started, right before it started, we had a couple walk in and had a lady look up here at us and ask us. They asked us, "Are you guys videoing this? Are you broadcasting this?" We said, "Yeah." And it's like, "Oh, well, we love it. We love it." And all I could say to that lady was, how much we appreciate the support from the community. No. We don't do this for ourselves. We don't do this for, anything other than to just bring something back to Spencer County and let people have the ability to see some of these games that might not be able to make it to it, which is understandable on a night like this where we're west of Bowling Green. And so, for people to have that opportunity to watch the game, that's why we do it, and it's a lot of fun, and we just love the support from the community. We feel that support just as much as this football team does, and so we appreciate every one of you out there.
And that's going to be about all we have here for tonight, folks. Again, your final score, Logan County 52, Spencer County 14, not the ending that we wanted, but very, very proud of this group of boys out here. And, best season in Spencer County football history.
Yes, it is.
So,
yes, it is.
Look forward to many more of these Friday Night Lights next year. I'm sure we'll be back doing it again.
Yep.
Looking forward to doing basketball starting here in about a week and a half. Going to try to do about probably between 30 and 40 games between the boys and the girls. So, look forward to doing that somewhere in that neighborhood. I may be way off there. I don't know. I'm just spitting numbers out now, John. I'm so cold, but
the numbers are multiplying as you're shivering.
But yeah, we're going to end it with that. Would like to thank Coach Marksburg for allowing us to do this. Spencer County High School, Spencer County Athletic Program.
All
Charlie
sponsors.
Titchener,
Yeah,
Noah, Kaylin sitting over there in that warm trailer tonight.
Yeah.
While we're out here, but appreciate them also, and Ryan's not with us tonight, but many more, and I need to stop because I'll leave somebody out, and I don't mean to, but I'm very appreciative of this. John, thank you for stepping up and coming and doing it this year. Coach Phillips on the sideline. We had Coach Howie come and do some games for us, so it's been an effort of many people to get this done. So I'd like to thank all of them, and most of all, thank you all out there for staying up and listening to me and John just run our mouth and have a good time at these football games. Yeah. So that's going to do it for our season. Again, your final score tonight, Logan County 52, Spencer County 14. Thank you all, and we'll see you in 10 days on GHP Sports.